KZRG. Over 100 miles per hour within city limits.
The two people facing charges after a police pursuit on Friday. Desiree Jones and Neosho accused of speeding through Wildcat Nation in a stolen vehicle while high on methamphetamine. She allegedly got behind the wheel of the Kia Soul after another suspect, Jacob Womack of Southwest City, first took the vehicle without consent from its owner. The two were stopped when a highway patrol trooper performed a tactical vehicle intervention move. I'm Ty Albright. You saw KZRG.
A Joplin bank robbed. A suspect now in custody after the alleged robbery at the Arvest Bank at 7th and Main yesterday afternoon. Ray Williams was caught while walking just a few blocks away, just a few minutes after he reportedly handed the teller a note demanding cash. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the incident. Police say he did not display a weapon.
May be over, but we're still on the tail end of our typical severe weather season. The city of Joplin recently changed its storm siren policy to sound them off when there's a severe warning with a tornado possible tag on it.
The consideration was really maybe better safe than sorry at this point in time. And again, that's from the experience of having had a severe weather warning and yet having a tornado that came out of it without necessarily getting a flag from National Weather Service other than this line that says tornado tag on it.
You can listen to the full interview with Mayor Rob O'Brien in the podcast section of News Talk KZRG.com. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. It is 68. It is 604. News Talk KZRG.
A deadly DWI hit and run guilty plea. 37-year-old Richard Taylor II of Racine will get 5 to 15 years in prison when he's sentenced in August. Taylor admitted that in July of 2024, he veered off Douglas Fir Road and hit 60-year-old Sheldonna Wood of Joplin, who was working in her yard at the time. Taylor left the scene without helping and was located the next morning in Carterville with nearly double the legal blood alcohol concentration level.
It's the month of June, which means it's pretty much summer. Joplin firefighter Dustin Luno told News Talk KZRG, you need to be safe in and out on the water.
Alcohol plays a huge role in the majority of most drowning accidents. Not that all, by no means, but that is probably the number one statistical anomaly that you'll see. Other than that, being cautious of your surroundings.
Luno also stressed the need for life jackets for the kiddos and even for adults in certain situations. Now with sports, here's Joe Morgan on News Talk KZRG.
Started in college track and field, a massive haul of postseason honors for the Missouri Southern Lions. Following the outdoor season, 3 Lions have earned Division II Central Region honors. Cedric Pearson was named the Men's Field Athlete of the Year. Brian Sheeting is the region's head coach of the year, and Brian Allen takes home assistant coach of the year. Now to the majors, the Kansas City Royals snapped their 6-game skid with a 9-2 blowout over the Cincinnati Reds. Lane Thomas crushed a first-inning grand slam to set the tone, while Luander Avila tossed a career-high 5 innings to secure the win. Game 2 in Cincy is tonight at 6:10. And in St. Louis, the Cardinals fall short in a pitcher's duel, dropping the series opener to the Texas Rangers 2-1. Rangers ace Jacob deGrom fired 5 scoreless innings to lock down his 100th career win. The Redbirds look to even the series in Game 2 tonight at Busch. First pitch is set for 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, a service of the Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns, buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 6:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. There will be a few clouds early today, then some afternoon sun with gusty winds at times out of the northeast and a high of 86. Partly cloudy overnight with a low of 63. Sunny and cooler tomorrow with a high of 81 and more sun Thursday with a high in the mid-80s. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
a service of derailed commodity flooring and furniture. Let their professionals help you select great flooring and furniture to give your house that new home feel. See them at your local derailed commodity store today, or look them up on derailedcommodity.com.
No rain showing up on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar this morning. It is 68 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Galena, 68 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time 6:08.
All right, everybody, calm down. I watched a couple of videos online. I basically know electricity now.
Tommy, why do you have a toilet brush in your hand?
Because the guy online said sometimes you got to clean the connection.
Okay, why are you trying to stick your tongue in the outlet?
I'm just trying to see if it still has power. Oh, okay. It definitely had power.
If your electrical repair involves a toilet brush and your tongue, it's time to call the professionals.
At IPOC Electric, we handle residential and commercial electrical services. Outlets not working, lights flickering, switches that quit, ceiling fans that need replacing, and all the electrical problems hiding behind your walls.
So the tongue test isn't electrician approved.
Tommy, the only thing your tongue should be testing is whether the tea is sweet enough.
Our electricians show up when we say we will, explain the problem, and fix it safely the first time.
So I should stop watching these electrical hacks online?
Immediately. When something's wrong with your power, don't Google it.
Don't YouTube it.
And definitely don't lick it.
Just call the professionals at IPOC Electric and iPocket.
It started out small, a missed word here, a repeated sentence there, turning the TV up just a little more. But those little moments add up to missed conversations, strained relationships, and a disconnect from the world around you. It's time to reconnect and re-engage with your life and loved ones with hearing aids from Mid-America Dental and Hearing Center. Mid-America Hearing Center believes the first step should be easy and pressure-free, so they offer free comprehensive hearing exams and cognitive screenings, so you can find out how your hearing is affecting you and how you can improve it starting now. And if you do need hearing support, they won't stop at fitting you with technology. They provide continued aftercare and testing to make sure your hearing aids are working exactly as they should. Don't miss another moment. Mid-America Hearing Center, just off I-44 on exit 44 and at midamericahearing.com.
Best for less in a day, Mid-America Hearing Center.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
Now, this 25th anniversary of 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation remains committed to honoring the heroes shaped by that day. Heroes like NYPD Detective Victor Vargas, a U.S. Air Force veteran who died from pancreatic cancer after serving in the World Trade Center recovery efforts. Tunnel to Towers honored Detective Vargas by paying off the family's mortgage. You can donate $11 a month, and you can amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
The latest is always heard on News Talk, KZRG. Broadcasting from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio, this is News Talk KZRG. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
We'll enjoy the nice sunshine during the day and darkness during the night, except for we do have quite a bit of moonlight at night right now. The high today, 86.
So vampires be warned, because
That's right.
moonlight is technically just sunlight that is bounced off the surface of the moon.
Well,
technically.
as the song from the 70s says, moonlight feels right. 86 for the high today with mostly sunny. Tonight, partly cloudy and moony with the overnight low down to 63. Tomorrow, 81 for the high with mostly sunny. 62 with moon on Wednesday night with mostly clear skies. And then 85 with sunshine on Thursday. That according to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr, who we're going to be talking to at 7:25.
Yes, we will. Well, we are giving away $100 cash today, as we are every single day. Here's how you can win it. Tune in at 7:05, 8:05, 12:05, and 4:05 to News Talk KZRG, because at those times we'll be giving away a code word. When you hear a code word, text it to 417-782-1310. For every code word you text us, your name is in the running for $100 cash. If you texted us code words yesterday, that is one day from today, but in the past, so one day ago, then tune in at 6:40.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not sure. I was doing math in my head and realized I forgot to carry the 3.
In other words, if you send in all the code words from yesterday's broadcast day, then you'll have 4 entries into today's drawing that'll happen at 6:40.
Yeah, that's exactly
that's
right.
Put in English.
Thank you. Steve is the official TED translator, which every business needs one on hand at all times. In fact, I would argue TED translation is up there with ADA compliance. It is a necessity for everyday Americans to cruise around the 4 states.
That means it's needed.
Precisely. All right, let's get into some real news here. President Donald Trump, he wanted the IRS to fund an anti-weaponization fund of nearly $2 billion. It was actually $1,776,000,000 because 1776. Yeah, exactly. All right. Now, this would be the federal government would put this money in using your taxpayer money, and it would cover the legal fees for anyone who feels they are the victim of weaponized legal battles. And an update for you this morning. It looks like the Department of Justice is pausing this plan.
So I have a question for you. This was a settlement of a lawsuit, Trump against the IRS.
That's what he was going for.
Right. So, but it was a court settlement. So the Congress says, or the DOJ or somebody says, no, it's not going to happen anymore. So does that mean that they go back to court and continue until another settlement is reached?
I'm not sure. It's a great question and so what Steve is talking about is Donald Trump was suing the IRS for leaking his tax records back a handful of years ago before he was in his second term. And in his lawsuit, he wanted $10 billion taxpayer dollars from the federal government as restitution for the damages caused by his tax records being leaked. And now that he's president, he said, all right, instead of you giving me, you the taxpayer, giving me personally $10 billion, I'll settle. Let's put $2 billion of your taxpayer dollars into or nearly $2 billion, 1776, whatever, of those taxpayer dollars into an anti-weaponization fund. Let's meet in the middle. Let's do that. However, that is something that it looks like they're putting the pause on. So your question, that's a little background.
So now does it go back to $10 billion that he's demanding for him?
I'm not sure. That's the thing. I don't know. That's a great question. I'm curious. I hope that the president, who is dedicated to cutting costs and saving taxpayer money, is not trying to get $10 billion of our dollars into his bank account.
I think he's trying to punish the IRS for doing something to break the law, which they did by releasing their tax returns.
100%. Absolutely.
Against federal law. Somebody needs to go to jail, whoever did it.
I think that's the solution. Put whoever did it in jail. Don't charge the taxpayer $10 billion. That should be the solution. The 3 people, I believe it was 3, maybe 4 individuals that are responsible for that leak, those people should be in jail. Those people as individuals should be fined. We, the taxpayer, should not be charged because of 4 rogue individuals. That's what I think the solution
that goes into another thing, like if somebody does and the government does wrong to you personally, I'm just making a hypothetical here. You should have a right to sue for damages. No, but somebody should be able to sue for damages against the government. So that's, in one sense, I see your point about saving the money, but at the same point, he and his family were wrong, so they should be compensated.
All I'm saying is it's kind of talking out of both sides of your mouth a little bit.
Yeah,
because
both left and right.
Both left and right, up and down, forward and back as well. So really it's talking out of the 6 degrees of the mouth. But let's not get into mouth science here.
How'd you know my temperature?
6? Steve, get this man a hot press immediately. He's dying here. He's only at 6 degrees. No. But in any case, Trump is all in on saving taxpayer money.
Yeah.
And then he's asking for $10 billion of your taxpayer money. It's kind of a hard sell is my only point. So anyway, it looks like the DOJ is pausing this anti-weaponization fund. So we'll see. And Steve, you asked great questions, though. Is the $10 billion back on the table? Is Trump just going to drop it? Are we going to try and pursue different forms of restitution for the tax record leaks, so on and so forth? We'll have updates for you. It looks to me like they're not sure yet.
Yeah, well, he's a little bit busy at the moment.
Just a sketch.
He's got a lot of day ones going on.
He's got to stop the war in Ukraine. That was a day one promise.
Iran.
He's got the Iran. He's
Lebanon.
He's got to, not only that, but he's got to drain the swamp as well. I mean, that's a tall order right there.
Yeah, they drained the swamp over in southeast Missouri and started growing rice.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, we had that story on yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did. Apparently, Missouri is one of the top rice-producing states in the country.
That's right. We had that story yesterday, yeah.
Mm-hmm. KZRG News Time just after 6:15. But what are your thoughts on all this? We want to know. Text us at 417-782-1310. Moving on from there, it looks like the cartels have been taking a page out of Hamas's book. Who's been taking a page out of the Viet Cong's book? Who's been taking a page out of the Greeks' book? This is a very long introduction to say Mexican drug cartels got caught digging very expansive tunnel networks in Tijuana in the direction of the United States. It is assumed that these tunnels extend to the United States. However, officially, investigators have not released yet whether or not they technically breach the United States border or not. But let's be honest, they probably do.
Oh, more than likely.
Yeah. Apparently, cops on both sides of the U.S.-Mexico border are now investigating a sprawling underground passage uncovered in the Tijuana area. Got to hit that really hard. And again, it is tunneling towards the United States border. It's believed to extend into the United States, though officially they have refused to say so for some reason. Now, apparently, this was a fairly complex tunnel network. So this wasn't just them hiding gold bars or something. This was a tunnel network, and the photos are pretty gnarly. They're online. You can see them all over the internet. But they dug these really long tunnels, and then they walled them. They lined the walls with wood, basically. Why? Well, that implies, in my mind, that they want to keep the structural integrity intact of these tunnels for extensive use. That's what it seems like.
Gee, I wonder what kind of use the cartels would want to have to get something over the border, maybe?
I mean, clearly what it is counterfeit Chuck E. Cheese tickets. Chuck E. Cheese across the country has not been doing well. In Joplin just last year, our Chuck E. Cheese shut down. Huge blow to the American psyche. And so these cartels, they've been printing counterfeit Chuck E. Cheese tickets and tokens, of which you can't get anywhere else.
That poor mouse.
I know, and they've been funneling them. Charles Entertainment Cheese is not very happy with these counterfeit coins that are going around. No, not buying it?
No,
not at all. All right. See, this is why the cartel won't hire me to be their spokesman, because they would send me into the police questioning. Hey, Ted, come up with an excuse for our drug tunnels. And that would be the excuse I come up with, and it would be so unbelievable. The cartel would not get their money's worth.
No, they would not.
No, they get in a lot of trouble. So anyway, apparently these hidden passages sit 21 feet below the surface.
Wow.
Yeah, these are deep down there. They were trying to hide these bad boys. We're going to have more details about these subterranean tunnel systems later on this morning.
Maybe they were going to put in a new miniature subway between the Tijuana and the United States.
The sandwich store?
No. Not a store. I'm talking about a subway like what they have in New York. Where
the train system.
The train system.
The trolley.
Yeah.
The tram.
Yeah, but an underground train subway system.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of a subterranean storefront for the sandwich shop known as Subway.
Ooh.
That'd be kind of fun. Let's get a Jimmy John's down there.
And they could put measurements on the wood walls. That way it could be like a foot long.
Yeah. KZRG News Time, 6:20.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk, KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump reportedly steamrolled Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu into a heated phone call where he claimed Bibi would be in jail if not for him. All this came to a head regarding Israel's Lebanon operation.
They're in Missouri?
Threatened to end negotiations. No, they're not. Because of Israel's military action.
Number 2.
A suspect in custody after allegedly robbing the bank at Arvest Bank at 7th and Main in Joplin. Ray Williams now facing second-degree robbery charges. Williams was caught a few blocks away with the cash that he got from the teller.
Number 1.
The money. It's still rolling. News Talk KZRG is still giving away $100 cash every single weekday. Tune in at 705, 805, 1205, and 405 on weekdays for a code word. When you hear it, text it to 417-782-1310 to get in the daily drawing for $100 in cash. Go to newstalkkzrg.com for all the deets.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
If you had to live in any country other than America, where would you live? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. Let us know there. If you had to live in any country aside from the U.S. of A., the greatest country on earth, where would you go? Michael on Facebook said, does Texas count? It's kind of a whole other country in of itself. Yeah, I can see that. That's a good answer. Don said, wherever Gilligan's Island is. As long as it's not Hollywood, I'd live there. Yeah. Where would you live?
Unfortunately, it was in Hollywood. That's where they recorded the show.
I know. But the actual island, the lore of the show is real. You would live on the island. I'd live on the Lost Island with the smoke monster. Coming up, what's going on with your money on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Expect some dry weather through the middle portion of this week, and then some rain will be possible from Friday into the weekend.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I'm trying to do math this morning, which is a problem. So here I am doing basic subtraction. Very basic subtraction. I had to bust out my calculator. When I was a kid, my teachers told me I had to learn how to do math. And when I asked why, they said, well, what are you going to carry a calculator around in your pocket all the time? Well, joke's on them. I absolutely am. All right. Now I'm drafting an email, and then I'll say hi to y'all. I'm very sorry. Busy here at the news station this morning.
I've been searching since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, watching him taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy or GA, subtle changes
Top of the hour's changed.
toward irreversible vision loss. Eyes are
Well, rotated, not changed, rotated.
All right, good morning, everybody. Let us see. Well, my Facebook takes 10,000 years to load. All right, who do we got here? We got Sarisa. Garrett, good morning. Good morning. Time for coffee. Have a great day. Yes, as do you. My coffee is already down to here, so I need to get some more as well. Toby's here. Tanya, good morning. Austin said, I think I would live in New Zealand. Austin, I will say this. He's probably emailing the president. Please, Austin. The president emails us. He emails us threats and warrants for our arrest, but he emails us.
He definitely texts you.
Yeah, he definitely texts us. That's true. Austin, New Zealand is awesome. I've actually had the privilege of going to New Zealand. I went to Australia I was in Australia for 7 days and New Zealand for 5, roughly. And I will say this, New Zealand, way better than Australia. You picked the right one. New Zealand doesn't have any, not only do they not have venomous snakes, New Zealand doesn't have any snakes at all, which is pretty baller. Not one. Not a single one. Not a single one. They're very, very hardcore about it. It's insane. The weather is incredible. All of the great lore or like allure of the Australian coast and swimming and the beach is all present in New Zealand. New Zealand's cheaper. It's a lot less expensive than Australia. There's a lot less desert. And what was really interesting is they have their native culture Australians are the Kiwis. New Zealanders are, I forget what they call themselves, but New Zealanders have their own version of Aborigines there, and their native culture is incredibly active. They still live in full tribes, just like they used to, minus they also have cable TV now, of course. But we went, and I got to go and hang out with them for a whole day and evening, and they showed us how to do the haka, I think it's the haka, which was super cool, and they did basically their version of a luau like you would have in Hawaii with the roasted stuffed pig and everything. It was incredible. Hey, Doc, good morning to you. Mary! Good morning, Mary.
Good morning,
Almost said
Sarisa,
Australia.
Toby,
Listen,
Tanya, Austin.
Australia
Doc.
is dope. I have no beef against Australia. As someone that was lucky enough to go to both, I thought New Zealand was a little better. The weather was a little more tempered. It wasn't quite as hot. Australia is 90% desert. I mean, I think they have the Great Barrier Reef, and then they have the Great Desert. Name of the desert in Australia.
It's probably called apple pie for
It's
dessert.
called... Oh, it's collectively... Australia does not have one desert. It is home of 10 distinct deserts that make up the vast interior known collectively as the Australian outback. So there's the Great Victorian Desert, the Great Sandy Desert. Okay. Couldn't have come up with a more clever name than that, the Great Sandy Desert.
Well, it's sandy. That's,
The Great Waterless Desert. Okay. There's the Gibson Desert. That's cool. Oh, there's the Great Sandy Desert, Steve. And then on top of that, Australia has the Little Sandy Desert. So they have a giant sand pile, and then they also have a small sand pile.
Wow.
Look at that.
Is it like on a beach?
No, it's right in the interior.
Can you take a bucket with a scoop and shovel some sand and make sand castles?
Perhaps.
This is Buck Sexton. Join me and Clay Travis every weekday from 11 till 2 right here on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
At 6:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
Fund done away with.
Primary election day.
Stopping Minnesota fraud.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. We're heading for a high of 86. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that'll be at 6:38. Looks like we got some clouds in the sky with a little bit of sun peeking out. It is 68 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh. It's 68 in Baxter Springs, 68 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk KZRG.
The Justice Department is putting a controversial anti-weaponization fund on hold.
The Justice Department says it will abide by a judge's order that bars any payment from a nearly $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. That fund was created as part of a settlement to end a lawsuit by President Trump against the IRS and is intended to provide settlement payments to individuals accusing the federal government of investigating or prosecuting them for political purposes. But lawmakers, including some Republicans, have expressed opposition, and a series of planned votes on the fund scuttled an immigration funding measure last month. DOJ says the fund was open to anybody who was weaponized, targeted, or persecuted. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Voters are heading to the polls in California and Iowa today. Alex Hogan with the story.
In California's governor's race, candidates include Democrats Javier Becerra and Tom Steyer and Republican Steve Hilton. The top two finishers, regardless of the party, move on to the November general election. And Los Angeles' mayoral race is heating up between Spencer Pratt, Nithya Raman, and Karen Bass. It's a tight race. Support. If any candidate receives over 50% of the vote, they will win the vote outright. If not, the two candidates with the most votes will move on to the November runoff. Moving to Iowa now, where State Representative Josh Turek and State Senator Zach Walz are competing in the Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate seat being vacated by incumbent Republican Joni Ernst.
Medicaid providers face removal in Minnesota as a validation deadline to combat fraud has come and gone.
Sunday was the deadline for thousands of Minnesota Medicaid providers to complete the revalidation process in high-risk programs as the state fights with the federal government over about $2 billion in halted funding amid a fraud crisis in Minnesota and the reported theft of billions of tax dollars over the last several years. As of last month, only about 550 providers completed the full revalidation process, including site inspections, to satisfy demands from the Federal Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services to make sure that money is going where it's supposed to. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
It's now 68 at 6:33. News Talk, KZRG.
There was a deadly DWI hit-and-run guilty plea.
37-year-old Richard Taylor II of Racine could get between 5 to 15 years in prison when he is officially sentenced in August. Taylor admitted that in July of 2024, he veered off of Douglas Fir Road and hit 60-year-old Sheldona Wood of Joplin, who was just simply working in her yard at the time. Taylor left the scene without helping and then was found the next morning in Carterville with nearly double the legal blood alcohol concentration level. I'm Cy Albright, News Talk KZRG.
The fate of an economic development bill up to Governor Mike Kehoe. It includes a new tool called Innovation Zones. The sponsor, State Representative Brad Christ of St. Louis County, says the zones will include a new fund for public safety upgrades.
50% of net new state income tax and state sales tax revenue generated within these zones from the benefits would be invested in those zones for policing, lighting, wayfinding, sidewalks, etc.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. It's cloudy. It's 68 at 6:34. News Talk, KZRG.
Amendment 5. You might see that on the August ballot, and it could get rid of Missouri's individual income tax and introduce more sales taxes to replace it. Joplin Mayor Rob O'Brien told News Talk KZRG that the city of Joplin is keeping an eye on it.
This is potentially a major shift in how the state gets its revenue, and doing that could be a major impact on Joplin and its residents. Joplin is primarily driven off sales taxes.
The city is putting a finance committee to review the impact it would have if it passes later this year.
President Trump is reacting after a wave of high-profile artists withdrew from Freedom 250's Great American State Fair. Alexandria Hoff with the story.
The Patriotic Festival, set to kick off in the National Mall June 25th, suffering the sudden withdrawal of several stars after planned performances were made public last week. Poison frontman Bret Michaels writes, "What was presented to us as a celebration of our country has evolved into something much more divisive." Country singer Martina McBride states she also thought the event was nonpartisan, but, quote, "that turned out to be misleading." McBride did not elaborate. Freedom 250 announced President Trump will personally kick off this historic celebration. Then the president pushed the idea of canceling performances altogether, stating, "We should have a giant Make America Great Again rally for 250 instead of having overpriced singers."
America 250 is authorized by Congress. It is separate from Freedom 250, which is a more closely tied item to President Trump and his views. Now with sports, here's Joe Morgan on News Talk KZRG.
Starting in college track and field, a massive haul of postseason honors for the Missouri Southern Lions. Following the outdoor season, 3 Lions have earned Division II Central Region honors. Cedric Pearson was named the Men's Field Athlete of the Year. Brian Sheeting is the region's head coach of the year, and Brian Allen takes home assistant coach of the year. Now to the majors, the Kansas City Royals snapped their 6-game skid with a 9-2 blowout over the Cincinnati Reds. Lane Thomas crushed a first-inning grand slam to set the tone, while Luander Avila tossed a career-high 5 innings to secure the win. Game 2 in Cincy is tonight at 6:10. And in St. Louis, the Cardinals fall short in a pitcher's duel, dropping the series opener to the Texas Rangers 2-1. Rangers ace Jacob deGrom fired 5 scoreless innings to lock down his 100th career win. The Redbirds look to even the series in Game 2 tonight at Busch. First pitch is set for 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns, buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 7 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Expect some dry weather through the middle portion of this week, and then some rain will be possible from Friday into the weekend. But today, just a few clouds this morning, then a sunny and breezy afternoon with a high headed to 86. Overnight, a partly cloudy sky with a low dropping to 63. A little bit cooler with plenty of sun tomorrow as the high hits 81. Sunny Thursday with a high to 85 degrees. Then a few showers and thunderstorms may develop during the afternoon on Friday. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy as the high gets close to 85 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing no precipitation within the four-state area. It is 68 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Webb City, 68 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 6:38.
When we arrived, the customer was panicked. He had an event starting soon.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Boy, Chris, we got your open mic message. Thank you for that, sir. If you're in the chat, I don't know yet. If you are, though, Boy, Chris, we will be playing that at 7:10 this morning. Your open mic message was very, very funny. Who else we have here? Girl Chris is here. Look at that.
All right.
Girl Chris. Did you know? Here's a little Ted lore. You ready for some Ted lore, Steve?
Sure.
Here's some Ted lore. When I was a kid, I couldn't pronounce my R's. I had to go to speech therapy. So instead of girl...
So you couldn't even pronounce your last name.
I could not. So instead of girl, I would say go. And instead of shorts, I would say shirts. And instead of shirts, I would say shuts. Eventually, my mom...
Well, at least you didn't say the other word without the R.
What?
Shirts without the R.
What would that be?
Fecal matter.
Well, I don't understand. You're going to have to do it, Steve. You're going to have to say it because I don't
No, I'm
understand
not.
the
I'm not going to say
sorry,
it.
it's not clear. 404 instructions were not clear. Can you clarify?
SHIRT minus the R.
Well, don't go spelling for me. You know I can't read. I was educated in California.
I said that in plain block language, not in cursive.
But eventually my mother put me in speech therapy because one summer I was complaining that I didn't have enough shorts. But she thought I was complaining that I didn't have enough shirts. So she bought me a bunch of new shirts. And then I got mad at her. I was probably in like third grade. So what are you, like 8 years old?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And I was like, Mom, you bought me a bunch of shirts. I don't need shirts. I need shirts. Not shirts. I need shirts. Because it sounded the same.
You sound like you're from South Park.
Yeah, basically. So then she got so upset because she spent like $50 on a bunch of new shirts for me instead of shorts. And so then she stuck me in speech therapy the next day because she was sick of it.
So what'd you do? Watch a lot of South Park when you were growing up?
That would explain my
You're not being able to pronounce R's?
All right, let's switch you guys over. We're drawing a name soon.
Anvil Axe Company. Check out their interactive targets and play games everyone loves, like Battleship and Catchphrase with throwing axes. Or enjoy cornhole, darts, pool, ping pong, plus the snack bar with ice-cold beer. Plus, you can join axe throwing leagues for all levels. Try something new at Anvil Axe Company, just south of Joplin, or book online at anvilaxeco.com.
Hey, it's Mark Levin with The Mark Levin Show. Be sure to tune in every weekday from 5 to 8 on FM 102.9, 105.9, and AM 1310. News Talk KZRG.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
We've got a little bit of clouds, a little bit of sunshine, and it's going to be mostly cloudy for a little while, but the clouds should be clearing off, becoming mostly sunny with a high of 86 for today. Nice. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 63 for the overnight low, mostly sunny tomorrow, a little bit cooler 81 for the high tomorrow. 62 for the low tomorrow night with mostly clear skies. We do have some moonlight, though. It's going to brighten up the nighttime, I understand.
Stop talking about mooning the 4 states, Steve. My goodness.
Well, gee, you said it. Thursday, 85, a little bit warmer with sunshine. Friday, we're back to a high of 85 again, but this time mostly sunny, and then in the afternoon and evening, a chance of showers and thunder boomers.
Thunder boomers, huh?
Yeah, not to be confused with Thunder Yellow Thunder Gen Zers.
I think the only one that was confused there sounds like it was you.
No, I was just borrowing a quote from Joe Biden.
Steve was busting out his Joe Biden impression, something that he's eerily good at, by the way, concerningly so. Corn pop, where's Chili Bean? Well, it is currently just after 6:40, and you know what that means, don't you, Steve?
No, I don't have the foggiest idea. Can we get something out of your billfold or
Yes,
what?
we can. In my billfold is $100 that was supposed to go to Steve in the form of compensation for his work here at the studio, but instead it's going to be going to you.
Oh, boy.
We'll be drawing a name
I'm ready.
from
The Fez of Fortune.
If you texted us a code word yesterday, your name is in the Fez. Steve, hold it up to the mic a little closer. Give us a swirl. Let's hear that sweet, sweet sound. Kind of? You can kind of hear it. There's the crinkle crunkle. Yeah, that's Steve mixing up all the names. We are now going to be drawing a name, and whose ever name comes out of this Fez will be getting $100 cash. Drum roll, Steve. Thank you, sir. Today's winner is Teresa Tyler. Look at that. Woo! Let's
All
go.
right,
Teresa Tyler. Now, Teresa, I will say I'm immediately suspicious of you because you do, in fact, have 2 first names, which, as we all know, you
Yeah.
can never truly trust someone with 2 first names. Isn't that right, Steve Scott?
Yeah.
But, nonetheless, we will still be giving you $100, Teresa Tyler.
Ted, what's your first name?
Ted.
What's your middle name?
My middle name is Tedison.
So you got a first and a middle name that's the same as a first name.
Well,
first
most
name.
people's middle name is a first name, but it's 2 first names, first and last. That's where we get suspicious.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where there's
Huh.
an issue.
All right.
This coming live from Ted Porquez, which is my actual last name.
How did you say your last name before you could pronounce ours?
I was telling a story off air. When I was a kid, I couldn't pronounce my R's. I had to go to speech therapy. So my last name, Bajorquez, I would pronounce it Bajorquez. Basically, when you make an R noise, your tongue sort of curls in the back of your mouth.
Yeah, true.
Instead, pronounce a word like girl, but don't curl your tongue. Just keep it dead flat on the bottom of your mouth. That's how I would do it. Girl.
Oh.
Short.
So how would you say the word bird?
Bud. It just sounded like I didn't have a tongue. It's not that complex.
Oh, okay.
But you know what is complex? These missing scientists.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely complex.
Been a big issue in this country, very strangely so. KZRG News Time 645. There were a bunch of missing scientists that were connected directly and or indirectly to America's top nuclear program projects or space travel. Weirdly so, specifically when it came to propulsion systems for space travel. Now, this was a big story that gripped the nation, the heart of the nation, really, for probably about a couple of weeks, about a month or so ago.
Which is a long time with the way attention spans go nowadays.
Yeah, that is true. That is absolutely true. Well, we have an update for you. The body of one of those missing nuclear scientists has been found, and near her body was a gun, a handgun.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. The remains of 54-year-old Melissa Cassius, who worked at the Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico. Now, of course, Los Alamos, famously, that was the place that was started for the Manhattan Project to build the first nuclear weapon back in World War II. Her body was found in the Carson National Forest over the weekend, about 6 miles from where she was last seen alive. And here's where it gets very strange. She was last seen alive on June 26, 2025, nearly 1 year ago. And apparently her body's just been sitting in the woods all this time. So her body...
That answers the question. If you fall in the woods, can anybody hear you?
And does it make a sound?
It
Apparently
make a sound.
not.
Yeah, apparently not.
Apparently it takes nearly a full calendar year to discover what had happened.
Boy, sound travels slow.
Now, her body was discovered by a hiker in the area. And this is an area where apparently the U.S. Forest Service crews have been working regularly on a restoration project since December of last year. Now, that plays a role in this, and I'll explain why in a second here. Cassius, she worked as an administrative assistant at, again, this rather famous nuclear lab. She was married, and she was the mother, or she was a mother, I should say. This woman had a whole life, a whole future. And apparently, what it seems like, now we don't have official confirmation, but what it seems like is from what we do have, camera footage, she just walked into the woods by herself, apparently with a gun, and that's the end of that.
Wow.
We'll let you fill in the gaps as to what she did with that gun. Now, again, it's not official word of whether or not it's a self-inflicted gunshot wound, whether it was suicide. Not officially anyway, but you can probably connect those dots pretty quickly here.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's what's strange. Apparently, the last time she was seen, she dropped her husband off at Los Alamos. He was also a nuclear scientist at the place. She dropped her husband off at Los Alamos, then basically pretended like she forgot her work badge. So then she went back home to, quote-unquote, get her work badge. She then, instead, dropped off some food or something for her kid at some point, and then disappeared. And what we know is she walked into the woods and no one's seen her since, until this weekend when they found her body. Now, here's what's kind of weird to me, and I'm going to put a tinfoil hat on right now, just before 6:50.
Yeah, you look a little funny with that tinfoil hat, especially in all this bright light.
Well, listen, I shine quite frequently because I'm, let's just say, a bit of a North Star around here,
You don't even know your directions, so how could you be North Star? You might even be the South Star or the East or West Star.
I don't even know.
Anyway, go ahead.
In any case, here's what's kind of strange to me. I'm going to put a tinfoil hat on here. And again, this is tinfoil hat. Her body was found in a national park in the woods nearly a year later. No animals got to her in that time. The decompensation process of nearly 12 months later in the desert didn't get to her quick enough that her body was unrecognizable. They found her, and then within a couple of days went, yep, this is her. Exactly where she was with the gun nearby and everything. Mm-hmm. I did some Googling into this national park. Do you know what animals live in that national park?
Well, I know one that doesn't live there, Ted Bajorquez.
That is true. What animals live there? Black bears are in that national park. Cougars are there. There are also birds of prey, raptors and the such live there.
Really?
A lot of animals, not velociraptors, but there's a subsect of bird called raptors. They're birds of prey.
Okay.
But a lot of animals that would eat a body live there. And it's a desert. So it's not like it froze. It's not like a body in Antarctica or in Antarctica that froze and remained perfectly intact. It is gotten dried out. It's getting chewed up. Nothing pulled this woman apart for a year, and they found it right next to the gun.
Maybe the bugs got to it first.
What do you mean?
Well, like the bugs that eat
the
human
decompensation.
Flesh. Yeah.
That none of that was there. On top of that, a hiker found it while cruising around.
That's
so
very true.
So nobody walked on that path for a year before this person found it.
They're even doing some work in that area.
That's exactly why I brought that up. The Forest Service is actively working in that area. They have been since December. That was 6 months ago. Nobody's walked on that trail. None of the people doing the work have done that.
You know what else is rather weird? She wiped all of her records from her phones before she left, and she left her identification behind when walking out of her home.
It sounds to me with the body placement, and we don't have a lot of details yet, so if more details come out and it's revealed that her body was ripped to shreds and was completely decomposed, and only through the modern marvel of DNA sequencing were we able to find out that this was even a human body. If that comes out, I'll change my opinion. But as of right now, all we know is that this woman was found on a trail by a hiker nearly a year later next to a gun. That seems weird. It kind of seems to me like her body was elsewhere. And then this story caught wildfire, and everyone was talking about it. And whoever had her body went, oh, shoot, quick, dump the body in the woods somewhere someone will find it. And then it just kind of looks like a suicide, nothing to see here. That's what it kind of looks like. It's straight tinfoil hat.
They got to do CIA investigation on that.
Oh, I'm sure
not particularly CIA, CSI investigation. They'll discover whether the bullet went at the right angle, if she could have held the gun up to her head and stuff.
Right. Right, exactly. And I'm sure more than a year later, out in the wild west of the woods of New Mexico, I'm sure like blood spray patterns are probably not going to be found.
No, probably not.
Maybe, perhaps, because that's a common thing.
Take some luminol, though. Spray the area down with luminol.
Maybe.
That'll show if there is any blood.
Maybe a year later, I'd be suspicious, though.
So anyway, see if there were any tracks of blood coming to that position as well.
But even then, I mean, it could be anything. Again, there's wild animals out there. There's cougars eating stuff left and right. There's blood all over the place. It's the wild. It's the woods. It's the wild. So anyway, what are your thoughts on all this, though? We want to know. Text us at 417-782-1310.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump reportedly steamrolled Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu in a heated phone call where he claimed Bibi would be in jail if not for him. All this came to a head regarding Israel's Lebanon operation after Iran threatened to end negotiations because of Israel's recent military actions.
Number 2.
A suspect in custody after an alleged robbery at the Arvest Bank at 7th and Main in Joplin. Ray Williams now facing second-degree robbery charges. Williams was caught a few blocks away with the cash that he got from the teller.
Number 1.
The money is still rolling. News Talk KZRG still giving away $100 cash every single weekday. Tune in at 7:05, 8:05, 12:05, and 4:05 weekdays for a code word. When you hear it, text it to 417-782-1310 and get in the daily drawing for $100 cash. More info at newstalkkzrg.com.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
If you had to live in any country other than America, where would you live? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or text us at 417-782-1310. Coming up, a look at Sean Hannity's Morning Minute. You can tune in to Sean every single weekday starting at 2 on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Expect some dry weather through the middle portion of this week, and then some rain will be possible from Friday into the weekend. But today, just a few clouds this morning, then a sunny and breezy afternoon with a high headed to 86. Overnight, a partly cloudy sky with a low dropping to 63. A little bit cooler with plenty of sun tomorrow as the high hits 81. Sunny Thursday with a high to 85 degrees. Then a few showers and thunderstorms may develop during the afternoon on Friday. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy as the high gets close to 85 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
At Thrasher Foundation Repair, we promise you an experience so remarkable, you'll want to leave us a 5-star review. From wet basements to bowing walls, sinking concrete to nasty crawl spaces, whatever your home's facing, you can count on Thrasher to fix it right. With over 34,000 5-star reviews and 50 years as a local family-owned company, Thrasher is a name homeowners trust. Schedule your free home inspection today at gothrasher.com.
Staples presents Celebrations Made Easy.
I was throwing a party for the twins and had custom invites and a banner printed at Staples. And that's when I saw Party City is now at Staples.
Party City? No way!
Yep. So now Staples has all your printing needs and everything you need for a party.
Everything times 2.
Yeah, and now at Staples, save 40% on custom cards, photo gifts, wrapping paper, banners, and more.
Big news! Party City is now at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app. In 613, exclusions apply.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good...
Good morning.
Thailand.
No, President Trump builds
Hey,
a
we got the
ballroom.
Queen's Way for Jody.
Since you can't say ours.
Girl Chris said, my mom was the same way when she was young. Yeah, see, there's a whole community of us that can't pronounce words. Sarisa said, so Sarisa would have been Sarisa. Yes, it would have been. Just, again, sir, that R sort of crinkles up in the back of your mouth. Sir. Just keep it flat.
Bud was Bud.
Yeah, instead of bird, it was Bud. Yep, absolutely. Breaking news. Oz are difficult.
Bed.
Tanya, good morning. Awesome, Teresa. Congratulations. Jess, big shout out to Big T.
John, hello from Fort Scott.
Oh, what are you doing in Fort Scott there, John? Mary, good morning. It is a very fishy story, Mary. I totally agree. They're all very suspicious. And again, if it comes out, like right now, that's what we know. If it does come out that her body was completely ripped to shreds and they were only able to find some of her or something, then it's like, okay, then maybe she did die in the woods nearly a year ago and animals ripped her up and weather patterns, the wind and the rainstorms and stuff washed it around. If it comes out that that's the case, then I'll believe it. But until then, I'm suspicious. Ted's favorite book, President Trump Builds a Ballroom. Did you know that, there's the Bloods and the Crips, right?
Yeah.
The gangs, red and blue. Well, so the Bloods are like, they're gangs.
The Bloods and the Quips.
The Quips. The Bloods wear all red and the Crips wear all blue. Well, apparently...
Sounds like Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah, pretty much. They're basically both gangs. But apparently, the Crips... No, the Bloods are not allowed to say words with the letter C in it because C is for Crip, which is their enemy.
Right.
So there's a famous video of a Blood, and instead of saying Chips Ahoy, chocolate chip cookies, he goes Bips Ahoy, Bocklet Bick Bookies. And apparently the Bloods all say any word with the letter C in it, they replace it with a B as part of their gang thing. I know. It's
so it'd be Barisa instead of Sarisa.
Yeah, Barisa.
That sounds like a cult.
It's a total cult.
Yeah.
Gangs and politics as well can be a little culty
Oh,
sometimes.
I think so too.
If you're holding enough of your own gold, like I am, this is the exact reason why I have partnered with the best gold company in the business, Goldco. Goldco can help you buy and store your own physical precious metals. They're offering you, my audience, a free gold and silver kit, and you can educate yourself about the power of gold and silver. And then you'll see if you qualify for an extra 10% in bonus gold or silver just for getting started. Give them a call, 855-815-GOLD. That's 855-815-GOLD.
If it makes the establishment nervous, we're talking about it. Hi, this is Vince Colonnese. Join me tonight at 8, right after Mark Levin on News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
This is your 5-minute warning. In 5 minutes from now, we will be issuing a code word at 7:05. When you hear it, text it to 417-782-1310 for your daily shot at $100 cash.
Clouds going bye-bye. We're looking for a high of 86. It'll be turning mostly sunny, then partly cloudy tonight down to 64. 81 with mostly sunny tomorrow. Mostly clear, 62 tomorrow night. And then Thursday, it'll be sunny and 85. We'll be talking to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr at 7:25.
The four states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 7 o'clock.
They can vote now in Iowa. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Polls just opening in one of 6 states holding primaries today.
I want a Democratic Party that wants people to make more money. I want you to be able to buy a new truck.
Zach Walz is facing Josh Turek in a race for Senate.
What we're fighting for, first and foremost, a livable wage. Affordable housing.
The winner likely faces Republican Congresswoman Ashley Hinson as Democrats trying to win control of Congress hope to take the seat now held by retiring Iowa GOP Senator Joni Ernst. There are also key contests in California, including for governor. Republican Steve Hilton tells Fox.
I really know that we can win in November, but this top 2 primary, it's very tricky.
The top 2 candidates, regardless of party, will advance to the general election. There are more than 60 hopefuls in the governor's race, including Hilton and fellow Republican Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco, and Democrats, including billionaire Tom Steyer, former Congresswoman Katie Porter, and former Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra.
That's Fox's Kristen Goodwin. It's up to at least 18 people dead in Ukraine, more than 100 injured after a Russian missile and drone attack overnight, hitting apartment buildings and other civilian targets in Kyiv and other cities. President Trump is suggesting a possible deal to end the Iran conflict this week, but Iran keeps demanding Israel has to stop attacking Hezbollah militants in Lebanon. The president says after talking to both sides that fighting will stop, but Axios reports the Trump call with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu was tense.
Everybody hates you now. Everybody hates Israel because of this. A second source briefed on the call said Trump was pissed and at one point yelled at Netanyahu, "What the F are you doing?" At this moment, Israeli troops remain in southern Lebanon, and overnight there were a few sirens in northern Israel from Hezbollah rocket and drone attacks, as well as a small number of Israeli strikes in Lebanon.
Fox's Trey Ying's back to Iowa. 7 people and 1 family dead in a murder-suicide.
They simply do not have the words
this act of evil and what it has done to our community.
Muscatine Police Chief Anthony Keys. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. We're heading for a high of 86. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that'll be at 7:08. It is 68 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh, 70 in Galena, 70 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk, KZRG. Over 100 miles per hour within city limits.
The two people facing charges after a police pursuit on Friday. Desiree Jones and Neosho accused of speeding through Wildcat Nation in a stolen vehicle while high on methamphetamine. She allegedly got behind the wheel of the Kia Soul after another suspect, Jacob Womack of Southwest City, first took the vehicle without consent from its owner. The two were stopped when a highway patrol trooper performed a tactical vehicle intervention move. I'm Ty Albright. You saw KZRG.
A Joplin bank robbed. A suspect now in custody after the alleged robbery at the Arvest Bank at 7th and Main yesterday afternoon. Ray Williams was caught while walking just a few blocks away, just minutes after he reportedly handed the teller a note demanding cash. Thankfully, no one was injured in the incident. Police say he did not display a weapon.
Well, the month of May may be over, but we are still on the tail end of our typical severe weather season. The city of Joplin recently changed its storm siren policy to sound them off when there's a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag on it.
The consideration was really maybe better safe than sorry at this point in time. And again, that's from the experience of having had a severe weather warning and yet having a tornado that came out of it without necessarily getting a flag from National Weather Service other than this line that says tornado tag on it.
You can hear the full interview with Mayor Rob O'Brien in the podcast section of News Talk, KZRG.com. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. It's cloudy with a little bit of sunshine, 70. It's now 7:04. News Talk, KZRG.
A deadly DWI hit and run guilty plea. 37-year-old Richard Taylor II of Racine will get 5 to 15 years in prison when he is sentenced in August. Taylor admitted that in July of 2024, he veered off of Douglas Fir Road and hit 60-year-old Sheldonna Wood of Joplin, who was working in her yard at the time. Taylor left the scene without helping and was located the next morning in Carterville with nearly double the legal blood alcohol concentration level.
KZRG News Time now, 7:05.
Your 7:05 code word is FIFA. Text the word FIFA to 417-782-1310 for your daily shot at $100 cash with KZRG's Quick Cash. That's FIFA, FIFA.
A Missouri judge ruling in a lawsuit about an income tax proposal. Elisa Nelson tells News Talk KZRG.
Cole County Circuit Court Judge Christopher Limbaugh has rejected a lawsuit challenging a plan to get rid of Missouri's income tax. A retired teacher filed the lawsuit against Secretary of State Denny Hoskins, contending the proposed ballot measure is unconstitutional because it has more than one subject. The court announced the decision Monday, and an appeal was quickly filed. Governor Mike Kehoe wants to ask Missouri voters in August to gradually eliminate the state income tax and replace it with an expansion of sales and use taxes. Elisa Nelson, Missouri Net.
Now with sports, here's Joe Morgan on News Talk, KZRG.
Starting in college track and field, a massive haul of postseason honors for the Missouri Southern Lions. Following the outdoor season, 3 Lions have earned Division II Central Region honors. Cedric Pearson was named the Men's Field Athlete of the Year. Brian Sheeting is the region's head coach of the year, and Brian Allen takes home assistant coach of the year. Now to the majors, the Kansas City Royals snapped their 6-game skid with a 9-2 blowout over the Cincinnati Reds. Lane Thomas crushed a first-inning grand slam to set the tone, while Luander Avila tossed a career-high 5 innings to secure the win. Game 2 in Cincy is tonight at 6:10. And in St. Louis, the Cardinals fall short in a pitcher's duel, dropping the series opener to the Texas Rangers 2-1. Rangers ace Jacob deGrom fired 5 scoreless innings to lock down his 100th career win. The Redbirds look to even the series in Game 2 tonight at Busch. First pitch is set for 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns, buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 7:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. There will be a few clouds early today, then some afternoon sun with gusty winds at times out of the northeast and a high of 86. Partly cloudy overnight with a low of 63. Sunny and cooler tomorrow with a high of 81 and more sun Thursday with a high in the mid-80s. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
A service of derailed commodity flooring and furniture. Let their professionals help you select great flooring and furniture to give your house that new home feel. See them at your local derailed commodity store today or look them up on derailedcommodity.com.
Clean sweep in the KZRG Storm Tracker radar this morning. 68 in Neosho, 70 in Pittsburgh, 70 in Carthage, it's 70 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time now, 7:08.
All right, everybody, calm down. I watched a couple of videos.
All right, the numbers are in. We're talking with our friends. KZRG had more than 1,200,000 people view our pages.
Wow.
Look at us go. We're pretty darn cool, everyone.
Wow, we've got more ratings than CNN.
That honestly,
and MSNBC. Now it's MS Now or whatever they call it.
No. Where am I going to watch my Don Lemon? How am I going to watch Rachel Maddow? What am I going to do? I need Rachel Maddow in my life. Otherwise, I can't formulate my own opinion. I have to get all my information from Rachel Maddow.
So how would young Ted call Rachel?
Rachel Maddow? No, young Ted would have called her something I'm not allowed to repeat on this show. More mature Ted calls her a liar. Young Ted calls her something very different. Who do we have here? Let's see. A newscaster that can't say his R sounds like an 80s SNL skit done by Chevy Chase. That's very funny.
Rosanna Dana comes to mind from Saturday Night Live.
A favorite.
She's
a
probably
classic.
referencing Chubby Chase in Christmas Vacation when he got
Yes.
really cold and they were out there. Yeah.
She said, Ted, were you even able to pretend to be a pirate as a kid? Or did R, matey, come out of matey? Yeah, it did. And by the way, also, you know, when you're in like elementary school, the whole boys versus girl thing is pretty hardcore. Well, I couldn't say girl. I couldn't be like, oh, the girls are gross. They have cooties. Oh, let's go throw dodgeballs at the girls to mess with them. Like, I couldn't even say that because I would say girl. And so you know what I called them instead?
What?
I called them ladies. I'd say, oh, the ladies are gross.
All the single ladies?
I would
All
call
the single
every
ladies.
girl a lady. I still do that. I call my mom lady all the time. My mom calls me. I go, what do you want, lady? And she goes, what do I want? What do you want? And I go, what do you mean, what do I want? She goes, you called me. I'm calling you back. And I went, oh, yeah, I forgot. I just want to see how you're doing. She goes, oh, I'm doing great. And then we'll talk for like an hour. Mary said, my younger brother could not say certain words, and one was marshmallow. He would say Marfellow and call this girl at Stockton Lake a big fat Marfellow. That's funny. Oh, we shouldn't laugh, Mary, but that is very funny. Thank you, girl Chris. Thank you, Sarisa. Thank you, girl Chris. Sarisa is being so mean. You know, I think so too, Austin. Finally, someone that defends me. Because God knows Steve won't ever do it. God knows Steve won't stand up for what's right. And
I
defend
always
his best
stand.
friend.
You're the one that's usually sitting down, although you're standing at the moment.
I'm standing up now. You know, I will say, if we could, and I've talked to the engineering staff about this, get this microphone to be long enough to be on the ground, I would lay down and do the newscast. I would lay down and I would have on the ceiling here, I would have those glow-in-the-dark stars. And then I could look up at the stars while doing newscasts. Oh, ladies, that's cute. You know what's funny, Sarisa? Is all the ladies thought so too. And so I'd be like, God, ladies are so mean and gross. And then they would all giggle because I called them ladies and they think it was charming and funny. I'd be like, no, don't find it funny. I'm trying to be mean. I'm trying to call you a meanie head. You're supposed to be intimidated. You ladies are supposed to be intimidated. And then they giggle and run off, and it would totally undermine the seriousness of the tenor of my voice. It's very annoying. You know, now that I think about it, I've been charming ladies since I was in second grade. It's a big problem. It's a very annoying issue.
Boy, that's really why you're still single.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Just before 7:15, it's 7:13, which is technically an unlucky number, but Steve Scott's personal hero, Tay-Tay.
Why is it an unlucky number?
13? That's unlucky.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 7:13.
No, 13's unlucky, but Steve's personal hero, Tay-Tay, her favorite number is 13.
Oh, I can shake it off.
Oh, boo.
You're going to be enjoying the sunshine today as it eventually comes out. Right now we have clouds with a little bit of sun peeking through. Officially, they call it fair skies. Hopefully, it's not a state fair sky at the moment. 86 for the high today, 64 for the low tonight, partly cloudy.
And hopefully there's no showings at the state fair sky, because then cats and dogs would literally be raining from the state fair sky.
That is true. 81 for the high tomorrow with mostly sunny. 85 with sunshine on Thursday. 85 with the high on Friday. And coming up Friday afternoon, we get to have the possibility of showers and thunderstorms once again. We're going to be talking with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. That'll be at 7:25.
Yes, we will. All right, we have two stories for you this morning right now, and they relate to each other.
Well,
so
first
we're going
off, don't we have something to play?
Hold on. We're getting to
Okay.
it. So we have two stories. They relate to each other. Keep track of both of these stories in your head, okay?
Right.
The first story is News Talk KZRG is giving away $100 in cash. How can you win it? Every single weekday at 7:05, 8:05, 12:05, and 4:05, we'll play a code word here on News Talk KZRG on our airwaves at FM 102.9, 105.9 AM 1310, or if you're streaming us live on your smart speaker. When you hear the code word, text it to 417-782-1310. And then the following morning at 6:40, we'll be putting all the names of everyone that texted us, the code words, into a fez, the fez of fortune, that is. We'll be drawing a name at 6:40, and whoever's name we get will be walking away with $100. But not just any $100. $100 out of Steve Scott's billfold, because that's how we roll.
It's
Steve
getting empty.
He just likes to give back to the community. All right, that's the first story. News time 7:15. Here's the second story. And this is true. There was a bank robbery in Joplin yesterday.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. There's a suspect now in custody after an alleged bank robbery at the Arvest Bank at 7th and Main in Joplin. It happened really suddenly. Now, at this point, the question is, well, who robbed this bank? Well, we got an open mic message from you that you left us on the KZRG app, totally free to do so, that I think blew the lid right off this story.
Steve, just because Ted's giving away $100 out of your wallet every morning doesn't mean you have to start robbing banks like you did yesterday. I'm glad you were able to make Balaam be on the show today. You'd probably be better off standing on a corner holding a sign saying, "Help, my morning show co-host is ruining me."
Hey, I could take a sign and go out here to the stoplight. I could do that.
Yeah, that will be Steve's legal defense. Your
But
Honor.
I allegedly robbed the bank yesterday, according to that guy.
Allegedly.
Say allegedly.
Allegedly, Steve's defense will be, Your Honor, my co-host made me do it just because he's so awful. And please, throw the book at me, put me in jail immediately so that way I don't have to go to work tomorrow to see him.
Back when I was a kid, there was a comedian that said, "The devil made me do it."
I didn't know they had a... Oh, you're talking about like in
Flip Wilson.
the Middle Ages when the jester was the
60s
comedian
and
for the
70s.
king.
He had a TV show.
13,
that was a big
60,
hit
and
at the
70
time.
when you were a child?
No, 60s and 70s.
13, 60, and 70. Right. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure.
Okay.
But in any case, back to this bank robbery. No, jokes aside, they did catch the guy, Ray Williams.
The alleged guy.
They caught the alleged dude. Ray Williams allegedly robbed the bank, the Arvest Bank at 7th and Main in Joplin. He now faces 2 second-degree robbery charges. Now, good news is no one was hurt at the time of the incident, which happened yesterday afternoon, just around 4:30 afternoon-ish. Now, here's the crazy thing. This dude clearly had zero plan. Because what we know so far is homie walked into the bank, handed the teller a note, which probably said, give me money. We don't have the content of the note quite yet, but it probably said something along those lines, at which point the teller gave him money. No weapon was shown. This according to first responders. There was no weapon shown at the time of the crime.
Right.
But he gave her a note. The teller gave him the money, and then he just walked away. That's it. The police caught him just a few minutes away, just a few blocks away, just walking with the money in his hand. He had the money in the bag, and he thought, all right, guess I'll just walk home now. No getaway car, no disguise. He didn't try to book it through a couple of backyards, throw the scent off him, run to Shoal Creek and swim down. None of it. He just thought, I guess I'll try and get the next trolley that comes around.
Maybe he kind of thought it was like just cashing a check.
I don't know.
And, like he handed the cashier a check that he'd endorsed, and then they gave him the money.
I don't know what this guy was thinking.
Maybe that's what he was thinking, maybe.
Listen, I'm thankful that 4 states area thieves and robbers and burglars are not very smart. I would prefer them to all be extremely dumb because it makes it easier for boys and girls in blue to get them.
True.
But my God, put a little effort in. The days of what happened to the good old-fashioned heist? We used to have heists in this country, and then we got lazy, and now we have little foot robbers going in with a note, asking for money, no getaway car, no alibi, no secret disguise. Nope, they just walk away. I am so sick of these lazy robbers.
Maybe he
tired of it, really.
Maybe he just had a desire to be in a nice, cool cell.
Maybe.
Because it was so hot yesterday afternoon, he maybe just wanted to go to a cool place to sit and wonder.
I could see that. Maybe he had his own version of Mrs. Steve at home that has just been harassing him with a mile-long honey-do list, and he said, you know what? I would much rather just be in jail. I'm just going to go rob the joints. That way I don't have to come home tomorrow. Can you relate to that, Steve?
I'm wondering if you're going to be able to relate to a girl that's a friend that's sitting at your house going, I wonder what honey-do list I can make up for Ted. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that day. So anyway,
I can't wait for it either.
And then Steve's and every other...
Then I'll be going, told you so.
I was just going to say, Steve and every other guy in the 4 states that's in a relationship will go, oh, now you get it, Ted. Don't worry. We're here for you, buddy. We have a group.
I'm not.
We have a group every Thursday night. You can come where we all sit in a semicircle, introduce ourselves, and explain the horrors.
I'm Steve Scott. I put up with Ted every day.
No, it would be about the missus. What are you talking about?
Hi, I'm Steve. I put up with Ted's missus every day.
Every day my missus is going to bother you? Or is this like an odds couple, like me and my missus move in with you and Mrs. Steve, and then that way we're there for every single family game night. We'll put duct tape right down the center of the living room. This is our half. This is your half. And then madcap hilarity ensues. Is that what your pitch is? Is that what I'm hearing out of your mouth right now? Is this going to happen? Is this a thing? I'm excited now,
You're kind of channeling my dad because he loved duct tape.
What? KZRG News Time 720.
And now, KZRG's Big 3 on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump reportedly steamrolled Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu in a heated phone call where he claimed Bibi would be in jail if not for him. All this came to a head regarding Israel's Lebanon operation after Iran threatened to end negotiations because of Israel's recent military actions.
Number 2.
A suspect in custody after a robbery at the Arvest Bank at 7th and Main in Joplin yesterday. Alleged robber Ray Williams now facing second-degree robbery charges. Williams was caught a few blocks away with the cash that he got from the teller.
Number 1.
Speaking of money from the teller, the money is still rolling here. News Talk KZRG still giving away $100 cash every single weekday.
And in this case, Steve's the teller. We're giving away his money.
Unfortunately. Tune in every weekday at 7:05, 8:05, 12:05, and 4:05 for a code word. When you hear it, text it to 417-782-1310 and get in the daily drawing for $100 cash. Go to newstalkkzrg.com for full information.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
If you had to live in a country other than America, what other country would you want to live in? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. Tony texted us, which you can do as well at 417-782-1310. Tony said, I would go to Belize if I had more money, or Colombia, because other criminals and crazy people are here. I guess it's a beautiful country now. So is Belize. Yeah, I guess if Belize and Colombia released all their criminals into America, then Belize and Colombia are probably pretty crime-ridden. Probably don't have much crime because all the criminals are here. Although I will say the Trump administration is definitely cracking down on that, so they might be back. But where would you live if you couldn't live in America? Coming up, a look at weekday weather on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Expect some dry weather through the middle portion of this week, and then some rain will be possible from Friday into the weekend. But today, just a few clouds this morning, then a sunny and breezy afternoon with a high headed to 86. Overnight, a partly cloudy sky with a low dropping to 63. A little bit cooler with plenty of sun tomorrow as the high hits 81. Sunny Thursday with a high to 85 degrees. Then a few showers and thunderstorms may develop during the afternoon on Friday. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy as the high gets close to 85 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
For 100 years, Route 66 has been the mother road for adventure, and now Bonita, Oklahoma is throwing an unforgettable celebration. Don't miss the Route 66 Centennial Celebration, June 5th and 6th in Bonita, Oklahoma. Packed with live music, classic cars, hot air balloon rides, a Lego contest, and so much more. Bring your friends and family to Bonita and help kick off the party Friday night with food trucks and a street dance. Find a full list of events at Bonita's Route 66 Centennial Celebration on Facebook.
My name is Addison. I'm a dental hygienist for Dr. Lemus.
My name is Darian. I'm also a dental hygienist. We see patients from children to adults, patients who are anxious, patients who are excited, patients who go every 6 months, and patients who have not been in several years, patients who are afraid to be judged for what's going on in their mouth, and patients who have that confident, healthy smile.
We're a judgment-free place because I have patients come in all the time and tell me they're like, I don't want to be here. We're not here to judge them, that we're here to help them and get them back on track. And Dr. Lemus is very good about being straightforward with what's needed, and then we go to Joyce and talk with her, and she goes over the treatment plans and help them get the plan established.
I'm Dr. Lemus from Team Dental of Joplin. Welcome to the neighborhood practice for your whole family. Learn more at teamdentalofjoplin.com.
Team Dental of Joplin, your neighborhood practice for your whole family.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Hey, it's Chris Plant. Be sure to tune in to FM 102.9, AM 1310 every weekday from 9 to 11 for breaking news, commentary, and politics. News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Steve Scott along with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Good morning, Jeff.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. You know, I don't remember if it was within the last day or two, but I know that one of the trips I made recently to work in the 4 o'clock hour, we had some bright moonlight. It was so bright you could actually almost see the road without your headlights.
Oh, yeah, this time of year, yeah. Clear sky and you get that full moon going, you can really get some good visibility.
Now, today we've got this bright orange glow in the sky, although we've got some clouds right now that are still kind of in the area. I mean, officially, I think they're calling it fair skies for some odd reason, but it looks like we're going to have a nice day today. Not as hot as it was yesterday, but it's going to start warming back up here in a couple of days or so. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll cool down a few degrees into Wednesday and then warm back up as we head for Thursday and into Friday. And during the weekend, we'll hover in the low to mid-80s. So overall, temperatures will be pretty comfortable the next several days. We are seeing some clouds, as you mentioned. This is due to a complex of thunderstorms moving across eastern Oklahoma. That will slide down to the south and southeast and miss our area. If you're traveling that direction, you may encounter some of those storms. And as you head down towards portions of western Arkansas, that's where they're headed. As far as our weather, we'll start off with clouds, then see afternoon sun, some winds out of the northeast at times gusting to 15 to 20 miles per hour, keeping the humidity level in check as we approach 86 for a high. Tonight, partly cloudy, winds die down. We drop to 63 overnight. 81 the high tomorrow with sunshine, a little bit warmer Thursday with more sun and a high of 85. Then we start to see the wind shift and start to come out from the south. Friday pulling in moisture. The end result will be afternoon storms popping up with a high of 85. We could have periods of heavy rain off and on this weekend with highs Saturday and Sunday in the low to mid-80s.
Well, gee, thanks for ruining my weekend.
I'm sorry. I know.
That is so nice of you. I mean, geez, come on this show and tell me that I'm not going to have a good weekend. I can't believe you.
Wish I had better timing on that. Yeah, don't you love that? Beautiful weather until Friday afternoon of the weekend.
All right. Well, we were talking about the moon just a few minutes ago. And, yeah, you are correct, though. When it's clear skies with a full moon, man, it's bright, and you can really see a lot. It's almost the time that the vampires need to watch out for because they might get blinded by the light of the moon.
That's right. Yes, indeed.
Got to watch out for that. Well,
yeah,
Jeff,
keep some garlic candy.
Yeah, that really smells good if you eat it.
It'll ward off the vampire.
Yeah, precisely. Jeff, we appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks. Have a good one. We'll see you.
As to you, good sir. That was a look at weekday weather with KZRG's meteorologist Jeff Marr. Hey, by the way, don't forget, we're still giving away $100 every single weekday. Go to newstalkkzrg.com, click on the Quick Cash banner to get all the details, or as goofy people pronounce it, details.
Or as other goofy people call it, deets.
Who calls it that?
You.
Me? I would never. I would never utilize such hip and cool Gen Z slang such as deets on this show. I've never, ever
I'm
done
calling
something
cap
like that.
on that.
You're calling cap?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm calling cap.
Looks like Steve has been brushing up on his Gen Z slang history book. Very proud of you, Steve.
See.
Good. See, that's not slang. That's just a different language. All right. Coming up after the news in less than 10 minutes from now at around 7:40, we're going to be getting into this story regarding a local business that unfortunately has shut its doors for good. That's coming up in less than 10 minutes at around 7:40 on News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
At 7:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
Fund done away with.
Primary election day.
An Epstein Commission.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. We're heading for a high today of 85. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that'll be at 7:38. Clouds with a little bit of sunshine. It's now 68 in Neosho, 72 in Pittsburgh, 70 in Columbus. It's 70 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk, KZRG. The Justice Department is putting a controversial anti-weaponization fund on hold.
The Justice Department says it will abide by a judge's order that bars any payment from a nearly $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. That fund was created as part of a settlement to end a lawsuit by President Trump against the IRS and is intended to provide settlement payments to individuals accusing the federal government of investigating or prosecuting them for political purposes. But lawmakers, including some Republicans, have expressed opposition, and a series of planned votes on the fund scuttled an immigration funding measure last month. DOJ says the fund was open to anybody who was weaponized, targeted, or persecuted. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Voters are on the way to the polls in California and Iowa today. Alex Hogan has the story.
In California's governor's race, candidates include Democrats Javier Becerra and Tom Steyer and Republican Steve Hilton. The top two finishers, regardless of the party, move on to the November general election. And Los Angeles' mayoral race is heating up between Spencer Pratt, Nithya Raman, and Karen Bass. It's a tight race. Support. If any candidate receives over 50% of the vote, they will win the vote outright. If not, the two candidates with the most votes will move on to the November runoff. Moving to Iowa now, where State Representative Josh Turek and State Senator Zach Walz are competing in the Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate seat being vacated by incumbent Republican Joni Ernst.
Well, the first subpoenas have been issued in a New Mexico investigation into potential crimes committed at convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's New Mexico ranch.
Those subpoenaed by the bipartisan New Mexico Truth Commission include Deutsche Bank, the FBI, New Mexico Department of Justice, and the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, to name a few. It has heard testimony from Rachel Benavidez, a survivor of alleged sexual abuse at Epstein's ranch south of Santa Fe, as well as family members of the late Virginia Giuffre, another survivor. The commission is the first of its kind in the U.S. and was created after the Justice Department's release of millions of Epstein-related files that gave new information on what happened at the ranch. Epstein survivors have also called on lawmakers in New York and Florida to investigate abuse at his homes in those states. In New York, Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Cloudy and 70. It's now 7:33. News Talk, KZRG.
A deadly DWI hit and run guilty plea.
37-year-old Richard Taylor II of Racine could get between 5 to 15 years in prison when he is officially sentenced in August. Taylor admitted that in July of 2024, he veered off of Douglas Fir Road and hit 60-year-old Sheldona Wood of Joplin, who was just simply working in her yard at the time. Taylor left the scene without helping and then was found the next morning in Carterville with nearly double the legal blood alcohol concentration level. I'm Cy Albright, News Talk KZRG.
St. Louis scientists working on a vaccine that could extend the lives of people with certain types of brain cancers. Fred Bottomer has more.
WashU Medicine and Siteman Cancer Center researchers say the DNA-based vaccine created by taking samples of a patient's tumor is safe and prolonged patients' overall survival. Neurosurgeon Dr. Albert Kim is director of the Brain Tumor Center at Siteman.
Most of the people who received the vaccine had evidence of an immune reaction that we wanted to see against the brain tumor.
The Phase 1 clinical trial was led by WashU Medicine and published in the journal Nature Cancer.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Clouds with a little bit of sunshine at 70. It's now going on 735. News Talk, KZRG.
Traffic alert for Southeast Kansas drivers. It's going back to a four-way stop. It's been a topic of discussion for nearly 2 years now since the new highway was finished. And after several crashes, officials have made K26 and Old Highway 166 south of Galena a four-way stop once again. Residents say there still needs to be more signage or flashing lights to let drivers know just exactly how that intersection works.
President Donald Trump reacting after a wave of high-profile artists withdrew from Freedom 250's Great American State Fair. Alexandria Hoff has more.
The Patriotic Festival, set to kick off in the National Mall June 25th, suffering the sudden withdrawal of several stars after planned performances were made public last week. Poison frontman Bret Michaels writes, "What was presented to us as a celebration of our country has evolved into something much more divisive." Country singer Martina McBride states she also thought the event was nonpartisan, but, quote, "that turned out to be misleading." McBride did not elaborate. Freedom 250 announced President Trump will personally kick off this historic celebration. Then the president pushed the idea of canceling performances altogether, stating, "We should have a giant Make America Great Again rally for 250 instead of having overpriced singers."
Now with sports, here's Joe Morgan on News Talk, KZRG.
Started in college track and field, a massive haul of postseason honors for the Missouri Southern Lions. Following the outdoor season, 3 Lions have earned Division II Central Region honors. Cedric Pearson was named the Men's Field Athlete of the Year. Brian Sheeting is the region's head coach of the year, and Brian Allen takes home assistant coach of the year. Now to the majors, the Kansas City Royals snapped their 6-game skid with a 9-2 blowout over the Cincinnati Reds. Lane Thomas crushed a first-inning grand slam to set the tone, while Luander Avila tossed a career-high 5 innings to secure the win. Game 2 in Cincy is tonight at 6:10. And in St. Louis, the Cardinals fall short in a pitcher's duel, dropping the series opener to the Texas Rangers 2-1. Rangers ace Jacob deGrom fired 5 scoreless innings to lock down his 100th career win. The Redbirds look to even the series in Game 2 tonight at Busch. First pitch is set for 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news is service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns, buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Pahorquez.
Next news, coming your way at 8 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Expect some dry weather through the middle portion of this week, and then some rain will be possible from Friday into the weekend. But today, just a few clouds this morning, then a sunny and breezy afternoon with a high headed to 86. Overnight, a partly cloudy sky with a low dropping to 63. A little bit cooler with plenty of sun tomorrow as the high hits 81. Sunny Thursday with a high to 85 degrees. Then a few showers and thunderstorms may develop during the afternoon on Friday. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy as the high gets close to 85 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar this morning. It's now 68 in Neosho, 72 in Pittsburgh, 70 in Diamond. It's 70 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time now, 7:38.
Man.
Good morning, everybody. Girl Chris said calling someone a meanie head is not very impactful to Gen Xers. They have tougher skin. She said Ted is nothing if not charming, for sure. Wow. You know. Listen, Teresa, you said it. The rest of us thought it. All right? It's very brave of you to say something so true and yet so seldom spoken.
Don't take it if you have an infection.
Try saying that 10 times fast. So seldom spoken. So seldom
Izervay
spoken.
can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision.
Girl Chris said, we never be mean to our Teddy Poo. Yeah, that's something that the ladies that I was trying to intimidate would say. I've never been a very intimidating person, I'll tell you. Oh, there's Teddy Pooh and Winnie the Steve.
A postcard from church, and the power bill. I don't want to see that old
Yes. Steve robbed a bank?
Everything is really
So he said, though I guess I would actually be pronounced charming. Charming. He says charming. When Avery was little, she'd say eyebrows instead of eyebrows. And she called Dora and Boots Dora and Boots.
We're the window guys from Windows and More. In fact, new windows are one of the only
Ted's wife's honey-do list #1. Pronounce your R's correctly. Hey! If my future wife puts that on the list, let me tell you something. I'm sleeping on the couch because I'm going to be sassy towards her, and she's not going to like it, and then banish me to the couch.
Never settle for less. The choice is clearly Windows and More.
Ted would have gotten a kick out of the whole Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck thing. Duck season, rabbit season. You know, I'll tell you what, Teresa. When I was a kid, I thought Bugs Bunny was the coolest dude ever. He was honest to God my idol. My parents had they had a traditional kitchen table, but then they also had a countertop that was a little taller. So they had these tall stools that would go for it. And I would take the stools and I would put them in the living room and I would wrap a blanket around it and make a little tall stool blanket for it because it was like Bugs Bunny's little rabbit hole. And I would stand in there and I'd eat carrots. Honestly, I actually thought Bugs Bunny was super cool.
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
I know. I thought he was so smug and he was so sassy and I thought that was so cool. And then I would invoke all of that into my childhood.
And then when you got over it, when you grew up, you said, "Yabbity, that's all, folks."
I never got over it. I'm still smug. and sarcastic and full of reverse psychology.
Yeah, you are full of it. That's true.
Yeah, I tried that. And now I've got a website that looks everyone else's, and nobody in town can even find
Hey, Ted, currently there's a squirrel eating flum my bud feed off.
So when Zimmer built my site,
Feed
he
off.
didn't just have some
And it's
template I
really
had to
cute.
fill in. They actually asked about
I love
business,
squirrels.
customers,
I will say this, the one
goals,
creepy thing
and
about
even
squirrels,
the
if you ever look up an image or if you get close enough to them, look at their feet. Squirrels are very cute, but if you look up an image of their hands and feet, they're gross. They're these weird, wiry, they look so unnatural, little things. But other than that, squirrels are pretty cute.
Businesses. Get started today at ZimmerMarketing.com. Our local web team is ready to start your website the right way. So start now at ZimmerMarketing.com. Zimmer Marketing. It just works.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Catch my show every weekday. It all starts at 2 for honest news, truthful news on News Talk, KZRG. Depend on it.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Just after 7:40, it's Ted Bojorquez.
It's Steve Scott.
On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
We have some clouds in the area right now with a little bit of sunshine peeking through every now and then, but
Just
it's going to be turning partly sunny as the day goes on, high of 86 today, then partly cloudy tonight, 64 for the overnight low. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a high of 81 with beautiful skies tomorrow. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with the overnight low down to 62. If the moon's out tomorrow night, you can really see it. Thursday, it's going to be sunny with a high of 85. 68 with the overnight low on Thursday night, partly cloudy. And then Friday, mostly sunny in the morning. In the afternoon, we've got a chance of some showers and thunderstorms developing, and then they keep going all weekend long. That, according to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Yeah, and we'll keep you up to date on all things weather. Whether or not it's severe, News Talk KZRG will have you covered. On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Well, some grim news for you this morning in the 4 states. A local movie theater has closed its doors permanently. The AMC Classic Pittsburgh 8 movie theater is now closed. This was the movie theater that was in the mall in Pittsburgh, which begs the question, what's the mall going to do now? Because I'm pretty sure that was one of the top reasons people went to the Pittsburgh Mall.
I believe it probably was. I mean, they still have some local stores there, some national chains there. They also happen to have they have, like, for instance, some restaurants there, local restaurants as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, according to a statement from AMC CFO Sean Goodman, quote, the company's new theaters are generating significantly more profit, end quote. That's why they closed it down, is they just said this thing is just simply not making any money. Which I will say, I've been to that Pittsburgh AMC theater, and this is not a comment on Pittsburgh or the mall or Kansas. That movie theater was pretty sad. It was pretty dumpy. Just to be honest.
Compared to some of the newer ones, yeah, definitely it was kind of more run down. But it had been in existence for many years as a fourplex, and then they added an additional 4 screens on it. And when they did the remodel, it was kind of a weird way of doing it.
Yeah, it was always a little bit of a dingy theater. So to me, it was about time. It's sad, though, of course. And now the nearest AMC theater is in Springfield. So there you have it.
Yeah, in Kansas, they got one up near Kansas City area. This was according to their website. When you put in AMC Classic 8 Pittsburgh, Kansas, it showed that the next nearest one was in the Kansas City area. Then on the Missouri side, you are correct. There's one in Springfield. Mm-hmm. But the one in Springfield was actually closed last week. But it's back open again. They had a problem with a water main that was causing flooding around the theater.
All right. Well, there you have it.
But they reopened on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on from there. The Secret Service is now investigating an individual after a video went viral. This was not just any video. It was not just a cute cat jumping off a high dive here. No. This is a viral video of a nurse appearing to threaten the life of President Donald J. Trump.
That is not a good thing to do.
No, it is not. It is not at all. Now, I want to play for you the audio of this video. Keep in mind, let me set the scene here. This is a woman who appears to be probably in her late 50s. I know I'm not supposed to guess at the age of a woman, so I'm being very liberal with the age here. Probably late 50s, but, also likely, mid 60s, somewhere in there. She's a nurse. This woman is a nurse. She worked at the University of Michigan Medical Center for more than 20 years. And in this video, she's in her vehicle. She's in her car cruising around when she filmed this video. Now, I'm going to play for you the audio of what she said. I will warn you, though, it is crass. We did have to censor it. A lot of choice language was used.
Oh, what kind of choices?
Well, I'll tell you what kind of choices. For instance, she said, let me get the exact transcript here. Here it is. She said, and then afterwards she said, and then a few more times she noted, and I quote, so things like that. But we're going to go ahead and play it for you right now. Take a listen to this.
He needs to die. I've never felt like that about anyone. Given my profession, it's counterintuitive. But you know what? That guy. He needs to die. I have never been a violent person, but I'm about to drive up there with my damn neck knife and get that a smiley face across his damn neck. Him. I hate that.
I hate to say it, but the way she was saying the words and putting it into the rhythm, including with the tones, that almost sounds like it could be put to the tone or to the song of "I've Had the Time of My Life" from Dirty Dancing.
What? Okay. Hold on. Do you know that song?
No,
wait. Keep going. Sing. Keep singing.
There's another part where they start talking about, "I've never felt this way before."
Keep singing. You got it.
I know it's the truth. And
I've never felt like that about
Keep going. I want to hear if it goes with the tune.
And
I owe it all to you because I've had the time of my life.
I have never been
I don't hear it. I'm sorry. I don't hear it. But anyway, this video went viral. Now, she doesn't name Trump by name, which I'm sure will be playing into the investigation. But this, according to everything I was able to find, it has basically been decided by the internet that she was talking about Trump there. That's not good. This is not appropriate. This is not okay. Now, anecdotally, I actually sent this video to a friend of mine who is of the San Franciscan persuasion of politics. And I said,
in other words, liberal.
Hey, you said it, not me. And I said, what are your thoughts on this video? And they said, that's terrible. That's disgusting.
You mean that you didn't have to bleep the response?
No, they said that's the most disgusting, vile thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And then I said, she's referring to Donald Trump. And then they said, well, suddenly it was less disgusting to the liberals. Once they find out the calls to action for violence, the death threats are against Trump, well, suddenly to the liberal mind, well, it's not that bad, I guess. But before they knew it was directed at Trump and they thought it was just at a different person, anybody, it was disgusting, apparently.
Yeah, it's kind of the way
That's very frustrating, that double standard.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of double standards. I can tell you from, I'll just say it on the air. I have classmates that
Names,
are liberal.
Addresses, social securities. Let's hear them.
Don't have all that information, but I have some of the information. But I have classmates that I still am friends with them. I don't comment on their comments because they're all anti-Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately...
TDSE?
Yeah, they don't do threats or anything like that. But
that's good.
Boy, they just go off the deep end, and it's rather weird.
Mm-hmm. Now, the chief communications officer for the Secret Service in response to this said, quote, "The U.S. Secret Service continuously monitors information streams to support our protective intelligence mission. Due to the sensitive nature of this work, we are unable to confirm or comment on specific threat cases. However, anything that could be perceived as a threat to the president or any Secret Service protectee is taken extremely seriously and investigated thoroughly," end quote.
Which is a good thing that they do, especially with the threats.
Especially with this administration and in this era. It is so mind-numbingly ironic to me that the party of inclusion and peace and love, man, i.e. the left, are the ones that tried to shoot and kill the president 3 times
already
and shot and killed Charlie Kirk. It is insane to me that they still walk around and dictate themselves to be the party of peace and love, because they do.
Yeah, they seem to be that way. You're absolutely correct.
KZRG News Time 7:51.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump reportedly steamrolled Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu in a heated phone call where he claimed Bibi would, quote, be in jail if not for him, unquote. All this came to a head regarding Israel's Lebanon operation after Iran threatened to end negotiations because of Israel's recent military action.
Number 2.
A suspect in custody after an alleged robbery at the Arvest Bank at 7th and Main in Joplin. The alleged robber, Ray Williams, now facing second-degree robbery charges. Williams was caught a few blocks away with the cash that he got from the teller.
Number 1.
The money is still rolling. At least here at the station, News Talk KZRG is still giving away $100 cash every single weekday. Tune in at 7:05, 8:05, 12:05, and 4:05 weekdays for a code word. When you hear it, text it to 417-782-1310 to get in the daily drawing for 100 smackaroos. Go to newstalkkzrg.com for full information.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
If you had to live in any country other than America, where would you want to live? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. Everybody knows America is obviously numero uno. It's just a race for second at this point, but who would second place be for you? You can also leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app. Totally free to do so in the App Store. Coming up, your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Expect some dry weather through the middle portion of this week, and then some rain will be possible from Friday into the weekend. But today, just a few clouds this morning, then a sunny and breezy afternoon with a high headed to 86. Overnight, a partly cloudy sky with a low dropping to 63. A little bit cooler with plenty of sun tomorrow as the high hits 81. Sunny Thursday with a high to 85 degrees. Then a few showers and thunderstorms may develop during the afternoon on Friday. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy as the high gets close to 85 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Everyone knows the way to a dad's heart is through his stomach, right? If you're looking for the perfect Father's Day gift for the dad in your life, come into Flames and take a look at the Big Green Egg. Mouth-watering steak seared to perfection in just minutes, ribs that fall right off the bone, lean, juicy chicken that melts in your mouth. The Big Green Egg is quick and easy to light and ready to cook in just minutes. Whether your dad likes roasting, smoking, baking, or grilling, the Big Green Egg has him covered. And the Big Green Egg carries a lifetime warranty, so he'll never have to buy another grill. Right now, for a limited time only, purchase a Big Green Egg at Flames and receive $100 in Big Green accessories for Father's Day. Plus, Flames will include free assembly and free local delivery. There's still time to get your Big Green Egg delivered by Father's Day, so hurry in today. This special runs through June 20th.
Hi, I'm Shane.
And I'm Brooke.
And we've been playing with fire since 1995.
Stop by Flames at 4601 South Range Line, half mile south of I-44.
I just don't know what to do. We're so boring. No, you aren't. You just need something new, and I have the perfect thing. Me and my husband had the best time at Anvil Axe Company. We had a little fun competition. I won, by the way. And they have this amazing outdoor fire pit area. You think the whole family would like it? Our whole group had so much fun.
For the perfect date night or a great family night out, get to the only axe throwing venue in the area, Anvil Axe Company, just south of Joplin. Book online at anvilaxeco.com. If you get a friend's night out, make it count. Do something different, something memorable. Get to the only place that's forged for fun, Anvil Axe Company. Check out their interactive targets and play games everyone loves, like Battleship and Catchphrase with throwing axes. Or enjoy cornhole, darts, pool, ping pong, plus the snack bar with ice-cold beer. Plus, you can join axe throwing leagues for all levels. Try something new at Anvil Axe Company, just south of Joplin, or book online at anvilaxeco.com.
Tinkle's Ace Hardware.
They've got what you need there.
Whoa, easy there, killer. Is that neon salmon with a side of 1970s lime? Your walls aren't just dated, they are crying for help. It's time to neutralize the situation at Hinkle's Ace Hardware. We've got the on-trend palettes that'll turn your fixer-upper into fixed it. Grab the designer-approved colors you see on TV, like the Benjamin Moore favorites used by Dave and Jenny Mars on Fixer to Fabulous, or the iconic Magnolia Home line from Fixer Upper. This is quality stuff, folks. We're talking fewer coats, less mess, and low-odor formulas that won't clear out the house. These coatings are built to last with stain resistance tough enough to handle a scrubbing from a busy household. Save time, save money, and finally stop squinting at those walls. Visit Hinkle's Ace Hardware in Webb City or our location just around the corner from Freeman Hospital in Joplin. Hinkle's Ace Hardware for people with ugly rooms.
Neighbors helping neighbors. Hinkle's Ace Hardware Store.
You hear that, Jason?
Woo!
It's the sound of another person learning about the financing options at Bridgewater Roofing.
They sound pretty excited about our customized payment plans, Josh.
Yeah, we made buying a new roof affordable with payment plans designed to fit your budget.
That's a lot to get excited about. And don't forget quick approval and flexible terms. That's because at Bridgewater Roofing, we've got you covered.
Come visit our showroom or learn more at bridgewaterroofing.net.
Reputation, quality, and value too. Bridgewater Roofing takes care of you.
Join me, Buck Sexton, and our good friend Clay Travis every weekday starting at 11 on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning Challenge.
Your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
To win, be the first on the phone with the correct answer to the question, 417-782-1310. 417-782-1310. Ted, what's the question?
Today's question is, what is the main ingredient in tofu? 417-782-1310. Steve knows it because he's a healthy ducky, and he consumes nothing other than tofu. What is the main ingredient in tofu? 417-782-1310. Steve, what are we giving away?
A complimentary taco plus chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos. I've got a clue if you want one.
You got a clue? Let's hear it, Steve.
A lot of it's grown here in the 4 states.
A lot of it is grown in the 4 states. What is the main ingredient in tofu? 417-782-1310. Ghetto Taco is on the line. News Talk KZRG, what is your guess?
Soybeans.
That's exactly right. Soybeans are the main ingredient in tofu. Who do we have here?
This is Mark.
Hey, Mark, what's your favorite radio station?
KZRG.
Love to hear it, Mark. Love to hear it. Don't go anywhere, my good friend. We'll be with you in just a second here, and you have just won a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos. Stay on the line for us here, Mark. Yeah, tofu is mainly grown out of soybeans.
Yeah, I went to a Kansas Soybean Association convention, and that's when I found out what tofu was.
Mm-hmm. The number one producer of tofu in the United States is actually Illinois. They produce about 688 million bushels of soybeans.
I guess they really are ill of noise.
They're full of noise, that's right. How's our weather today, Steve?
It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice and warm with a high today of 86 and lots of sunshine as the day progresses. News Talk KZRG.
The 4 states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 8 o'clock.
The fighting has not stopped in Lebanon. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Despite President Trump's push, Hezbollah launched more rockets and drones targeting Israeli soldiers and civilians today. And Israel targeted Hezbollah in Lebanon with strikes that reportedly killed 8 people, including 2 children. After the president posted on Truth Social, he urged Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu to tone it down in Lebanon, as Iran keeps demanding in talks to end the conflict with the U.S.
He also spoke with representatives of Hezbollah, and they agreed to stop shooting at Israel and its soldiers. Likewise, Israel agreed to stop shooting at them. Let's see how long that lasts.
Fox's Mark Meredith at the White House.
This call between the president and the Israeli prime minister appears to have gotten quite heated. You can imagine that the pressure that the White House is feeling to try to wrap up this conflict as soon as possible. But the president has also said he'll only do that if a deal is suitable to the U.S.
Another Russian bombardment in Ukraine has left at least 18 people dead, hitting apartment buildings and civilian targets.
Explosions boomed across Ukraine through the night and into the dawn. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, Russia unleashed unleashed 73 missiles and more than 650 drones. The main targets included Ukraine's capital Kyiv and cities including Dnipro, Kharkiv and Zaporizhia.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. It is primary day in 6 states, with 2 candidates and 2 California races getting the most attention. Spencer Pratt, who's trying to unseat Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, and Republican Steve Hilton running for California governor. He tells Fox,
"We've never run for office before, neither of us. We're both outsiders running to shake up a system that is obviously broken."
Hilton has President Trump's endorsement and faces dozens of candidates for governor, including Democrats Javier Becerra and Tom Steyer. The top 2 in today's voting face off in a runoff. Same for the L.A. mayor's race. There are also primaries today in New Jersey, New Mexico, Montana, South Dakota, Iowa, where Republican Congresswoman Ashley Hinson got a Trump endorsement. 2 Democrats are vying to challenge her, hoping to replace Iowa GOP retiring Senator Joni Ernst. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. We're heading for a high of 86. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. That'll be following sports at 8:08. A little bit of sunshine, a lot of clouds. It's 72 in Neosho, 72 in Pittsburgh, 71 in Crestline, it's 71 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk, KZRG. Over 100 miles per hour within city limits.
The 2 people facing charges after a police pursuit on Friday. Desiree Jones and Neosho accused of speeding through Wildcat Nation in a stolen vehicle while high on methamphetamine. She allegedly got behind the wheel of the Kia Soul after another suspect, Jacob Womack of Southwest City, first took the vehicle without consent from its owner. The 2 were stopped when a highway patrol trooper performed a tactical vehicle intervention move. I'm Ty Albright. You saw KZRG.
A Joplin bank was robbed. A suspect now in custody after the alleged robbery at the Arvest Bank at 7th and Main yesterday afternoon. Ray Williams was caught while walking just a few blocks away, just a few minutes after he reportedly handed the teller a note demanding cash. Thankfully, no one was injured at the time of the incident. Police say he did not display a weapon of any kind.
The month of May be over, but we are still on the tail end of our typical severe weather season. The city of Joplin recently changed its storm siren policy to sound them off when there's a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag on it.
The consideration was really maybe better safe than sorry at this point in time. And again, that's from the experience of having had a severe weather warning and yet having a tornado that came out of it without necessarily getting a flag from National Weather Service other than this line that says tornado tag on it.
Listen to the full interview with Mayor Rob O'Brien in the podcast section of News Talk, KZRG.com. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. It's 71 with some clouds. It's now 8:04. News Talk, KZRG.
A Missouri judge has ruled in a lawsuit about an income tax proposal. Elisa Nelson with more.
Cole County Circuit Court Judge Christopher Limbaugh has rejected a lawsuit challenging a plan to get rid of Missouri's income tax. A retired teacher filed the lawsuit against Secretary of State Denny Hoskins, contending the proposed ballot measure is unconstitutional because it has more than one subject. The court announced the decision Monday, and an appeal was quickly filed. Governor Mike Kehoe wants to ask Missouri voters in August to gradually eliminate the state income tax and replace it with an expansion of sales and use taxes. Elisa Nelson, Missouri Net.
News Talk KZRG News Time is now 8:05.
Your 8:05 code word is Joplin. Text the word Joplin to 417-782-1310 for your daily shot at $100 cash with KZRG's Quick Cash. Joplin is that 8:05 code word.
A new Miss Missouri is going to be crowned next week as the current title holder looks back on a busy year across the state. Courtney Rose says she spent that time traveling the state of Missouri, raising awareness and supporting victims of domestic violence through her outreach work.
They have so many incredible people. There was a musician from Marshall, Missouri, who was a finalist on The Voice on the last season. Music, talent, and just really great dedicated individuals in our state.
Now with sports, here's Joe Morgan on News Talk, KZRG.
Starting in college track and field, a massive haul of postseason honors for the Missouri Southern Lions. Following the outdoor season, 3 Lions have earned Division II Central Region honors. Cedric Pearson was named the Men's Field Athlete of the Year. Brian Sheeting is the region's head coach of the year, and Brian Allen takes home assistant coach of the year. Now to the majors, the Kansas City Royals snapped their 6-game skid with a 9-2 blowout over the Cincinnati Reds. Lane Thomas crushed a first-inning grand slam to set the tone, while Luander Avila tossed a career-high 5 innings to secure the win. Game 2 in Cincy is tonight at 6:10. And in St. Louis, the Cardinals fall short in a pitcher's duel, dropping the series opener to the Texas Rangers 2-1. Rangers ace Jacob deGrom fired 5 scoreless innings to lock down his 100th career win. The Redbirds look to even the series in Game 2 tonight at Busch. First pitch is set for 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, a service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns, buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Borges.
Next news at 8:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. There will be a few clouds early today, then some afternoon sun with gusty winds at times out of the northeast and a high of 86. Partly cloudy overnight with a low of 63. Sunny and cooler tomorrow with a high of 81 and more sun Thursday with a high in the mid-80s. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
A service of derailed commodity flooring and furniture. Let their professionals help you select great flooring and furniture to give your house that new home feel. See them at your local derailed commodity store today or look them up on derailedcommodity.com.
KZRG Storm Tracker Radar is not showing any rain in the immediate 4-state area at this time. It's 72 in Neosho, 72 in Pittsburgh, 71 in Carl Junction, 71 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 8:08.
Dr. Collins and Associates are Missouri licensed general dentists. They are not licensed in Missouri as specialists in the advertised dental specialty of prosthodontics.
Your smile tells your story. It shows your confidence, joy, and resilience, and it deserves care from a team that understands just how important it is. With 47 years of experience, Mid-America Dental and Hearing Center knows that great dentistry isn't just about procedures. It's about trust, comfort, and results you can be proud of. And they believe high-quality care should never come at a price tag that keeps you away. If you've been waiting for the right time, the right team, or the right place, this is it. Your smile matters. Let's take care of it.
I'm Brian George, CEO of Mid-America Dental and Hearing Center, just off of I-44, Exit 44, and at midamericadental.com. Changing lives and making smiles at dental centers.
Our best for less in a day at Dental Center.
All right, everybody, calm down. I watched a couple of videos online. I basically know electricity now.
Tommy, why do you have a toilet brush in your hand?
Because the guy online said sometimes you got to clean the connection.
Okay, why are you trying to stick your tongue in the outlet?
I'm just trying to see if it still has power. Oh, okay. It definitely had power.
If your electrical repair involves a toilet brush and your tongue, it's time to call the professionals.
At IPOC Electric, we handle residential and commercial electrical services. Outlets not working, lights flickering, switches that quit, ceiling fans that need replacing, and all the electrical problems hiding behind your walls.
So the tongue test isn't electrician approved.
Tommy, the only thing your tongue should be testing is whether the tea is sweet enough.
Our electricians show up when we say we will, explain the problem, and fix it safely the first time.
So I should stop watching these electrical hacks online?
Immediately. When something's wrong with your power, don't Google it.
Don't YouTube it.
And definitely don't lick it.
Just call the professionals at IPOC Electric and iPocket.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
Now, this 25th anniversary of 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation remains committed to honoring the heroes shaped by that day. Heroes like NYPD Detective Victor Vargas, a U.S. Air Force veteran who died from pancreatic cancer after serving in the World Trade Center recovery efforts. Tunnel to Towers honored Detective Vargas by paying off the family's mortgage. You can donate $11 a month, and you can amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
News, weather, politics. Live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. News Talk KZRG. Depend on it. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
It's a little bit cooler than it was yesterday, but it's still going to be partly sunny. It's still going to be warm. We're expecting a high of 86 for today. Tonight, 64, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, 81, mostly sunny. 62 tomorrow night, mostly clear. Thursday, back up to 85 with lots of sunshine. Friday, mostly sunny in the morning, and then in the afternoon, we got a chance of showers and thunderstorms. That'll be starting on Friday night, and it'll be going all weekend long. In fact, we might even get some heavy rain. That, according to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
And if it happens, you'll be the first to know if you have the Zimmer Storm Center app, because it gives you custom weather alerts for things like that. Totally free to download in the App Store or Google Play Store. All right, pretty interesting international story for you this morning. Usually when we talk international stories in the year of our Lord 2026, we're typically referring to either what's happening in Iran or Ukraine. But today we're going to take a little global trip over to Malaysia instead. Malaysia, their country, is beginning to enforce a social media ban for children under the age of 16. Malaysia is the latest country to implement this ban, requiring all social media platforms with 8 million or more users to implement age verification systems to prevent those under 16 years old from even creating an account.
You know, it's really great. They put in these age verification systems, and I think the kids today are probably smart enough to work their way around age verification systems.
So far. But with every black hat, there needs to be a white hat to try and counter their moves. What I mean by that, for everyone trying to get around a system, we need someone there to try and strengthen the system.
I would tend to agree, because back in the day when I was a kid, before I hit the age of 21, before I hit that age, I wasn't me because I didn't feel like drinking, but I knew a lot of kids that had fake IDs.
I would never do such a thing.
I have never
says Steve.
been a drinker of alcohol. I've not wanted it. I've tried it before and just, it's not worth it. But my point is that a lot of people I knew back in the day before they reached the age of 21, they get fake IDs.
But never Steve.
No, it wasn't me.
Never Steve.
To quote
he would
Shaggy,
never wink.
To quote the rapper Shaggy, wasn't me.
And that's exactly the question, though, is if countries are going to start implementing a social media ban on kids, how does enforcement work? What does that look like? Are they going to start requiring a facial scan of our children to verify their age? Because I don't like that. And then if they do, who's going to have that data? Well, if this is a law, hypothetically, if America, let's bring it to America, if America were to do this, well, then in theory, the government would need to be able to track that information to make sure that it's actually being followed, this rule. So would the government then have a database of everyone's face? They kind of already do. It's called your driver's license. You go and get a photo at the DMV.
That's true.
They do already have your facial data. I hate to break it to you.
Well,
but your child your child under the age of 16, they don't have their data because they don't have a driver's license yet,
That's true,
right?
but as soon as they get the driver's license, busted.
They got your facial data. So there's a lot of that. Or are they going to just do something like honor system? Just tell us what year you were born, be honest.
That'll work real good.
Super well. Let me tell you, Club Penguin's been doing that since 2004. Hasn't worked once. When I was a kid, boy, Steve was getting fake IDs to get alcohol. I was getting a fake ID to get on clubpenguin.com without my parents' permission. You want to talk about a bad boy.
What is clubpenguin.com?
Oh, you did not. have a childhood, Steve. You missed out. I'm sorry.
Back when they hadn't even invented the internet when I was back that young.
Al Gore wasn't around yet, huh?
Well, he was around, but
he hadn't invented it yet.
He was in the Senate. He hadn't invented it.
He hadn't invented the internet yet. Anyway, KZRG News Time just after 8:15. So that's the big question here. Now, in Malaysia, let's take a look at what they're doing, because they're the most recent country to start fully enacting this new rule, this new ban on social media for those under 16 years old. Malaysia's not the first one. They're not the last one. Australia famously made this a law. Malaysia was soon to follow. In addition, Turkey, Indonesia, parts of India, Greece have implemented a social media ban for those under the age of 16. Every single European country and America is at least having a conversation about it. They're toying they're testing the waters in something like this. Now, for Malaysia, their government, their new law says that the ban will include fines of up to $2.5 million to social media platforms that violate the rules, and not to the families or children that break the rules. So if you have a 14-year-old skirting around this ban of social media for those 16 years and younger, then they won't get fined. Their parents won't get fined. The social media platform that had evidently too lax of enforcement rules will get fined. Honestly, I think that's the way to do it. The only way to get big tech companies to actually comply with anything is to hit them in the area that they care the most about, the nards. I mean, the wallet is the only place that they actually seem to ever really care about, is their money, their bottom line. So if you want to enforce something like this, you need to fine them, or if you want to get real crazy, throw them in jail.
Okay, what was the first thing you said?
The money. The wallet.
No, it was before the money. You said something
You
else.
got to hit them where it hurts. Their wallet, I believe, is the only thing. That's the only thing I can recall at this time, Steve. If you heard something else, you'll be hearing from my lawyers at Deutschewitz, and Deutschewitz, just so you're aware. But in any case, that's sort of the dealio here. Thoughts on that? This idea, if America were to adopt something like this, fining not the children or parents that break the rule, but the companies themselves.
I think it'd be a great idea. Of course, in America, they have the law that prevents the social media companies of being sued at the moment.
There's some legal
number 230 something section
barriers that currently prevent something like this from happening. But there's conversations of getting rid of those legal barriers,
which would be nice, because right now the section 230 is like their dinner bells ringing. Come and get it.
Now, part of me has kind of an issue with this, and I'm curious your thinking in the 4 states on this. Text us at 417-782-1310. Part of me, when it comes to this issue, goes, well, listen, this is a parenting issue. Parents need to be more proactive with their children, which I know is easier said than done. As someone that is only the parent to a wild squirrel that lives in my backyard, I understand that parenting is very difficult and arduous. But I don't really like the idea of the government coming in and dictating what me, a future parent, can and cannot give their child access to. That I don't like the idea of the government coming in and meddling with parenting. And it is the responsibility of the parent. The other thing that I have an issue with this is I'm a conservative. I like small government. Making new rules dictating how to parent is the opposite of small government. That is not the government's role, period. So part of me doesn't like this idea of a social media ban. However, I'm going to throw this little nugget out there for you to chew on. We kind of already do that. Our society has already made rules and laws like that. What am I talking about? Smoking. Smoking is detrimental to the health of children. So we as a society have allowed our government to step in and make a rule and say people under the age of 21 is not allowed to have access to tobacco products. Really, that should be up to the parent. The parent should be monitoring and teaching their child to know better than to consume such a stupid intoxicant as nicotine is, because it is harmful and it is just a pure money suck. Parents should be doing better to teach their kids that. The government shouldn't be involved in telling parents what their kids can and can't have. And yet, we have done that with nicotine. Social media you could make the argument it kind of falls into that category because it is directly harmful to the well-being and health of a child. And there is copious amounts of data and science to back that statement up. And so perhaps we can consider social media the same way we consider tobacco, where as a society we agree the government is allowed to put restrictions on what we as free Americans can give our children access to, whether it's tobacco or social media. Perhaps that's how we can think of social media in that pool. And when you put it in that light, I actually don't really mind the idea of banning social media use for children under the age of 16 in this country. Again, for a litany of scientific and psychological research suggesting just how harmful and detrimental it is to our children. I'm kind of okay with it when you put it that way.
I could understand.
You could.
Yeah, I could understand.
Should I say it in a language you don't understand, like Farsi or Spanish, for instance?
Should I give it to you in cursive handwriting that you cannot understand?
Then I certainly would not understand. But what are your thoughts on this? Text us at 417-782-1310. KZRG News Time just after 8:20.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump reportedly steamrolled Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu in a heated phone call where he claimed Bibi would be in jail if not for him. Well, all this came to a head regarding Israel's Lebanon operation after Iran threatened to end negotiations because of Israel's recent military action.
Apparently, Trump also said, "Man, you're such a Netanyahu."
Supposedly, he even said, "Beep."
Number 2.
A suspect is in custody after an alleged robbery at the Arvis Bank at 7th and Main in Joplin. The alleged robber, Ray Williams, now facing second-degree robbery charges. Williams was caught a few blocks away with the cash that he got from the teller.
Number 1.
Speaking of money, it's still rolling here. News Talk KZRG is still giving away $100 cash every single weekday. Tune in at 705, 805, 1205, and 405 for a code word. When you hear it, text it to 417-782-1310 to get in the daily drawing for $100 cash. Go to newstalkkzrg.com for all the deets.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
If you had to live in any country other than America, where would you live? We want to know. Leave us an open mic message or text us at 417-782-1310. You can also leave us a message in a bottle if you'd like. You can write a little message on a piece of paper, put it in a bottle. You can come to our location on 32nd Street in Joplin, right by Food for Less. You can drop off that message in a bottle, and you can let us know you're thinking there.
You know, if we get a lot of those, the engineering staff is not going to like you.
They already don't like me, Steve. Do you know how long I have fought with them to get golden mics in the KZRG studio? Very long. This is raw gold. It was very expensive.
We actually already have them.
Well, no, we're getting real gold.
Oh, real gold.
Real gold mics.
Well, considering the fact that the gold will cost like 20 times the cost of the actual microphone.
Exactly.
Gee.
So they already don't like me, I assure you. Okay. We're going to see how much they don't like me after this message in a bottle thing. Coming up, we'll look at technology with Kim Commando on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Expect some dry weather through the middle portion of this week. Then some rain will be possible from Friday into the weekend. But today, just a few clouds this morning, then a sunny and breezy afternoon with a high headed to 86. Overnight, a partly cloudy sky with a low dropping to 63. A little bit cooler with plenty of sun tomorrow as the high hits 81. Sunny Thursday with a high to 85 degrees. Then a few showers and thunderstorms may develop during the afternoon on Friday. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy as the high gets close to 85 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Gingrich Structures builds agricultural, commercial, and residential post-frame buildings designed to meet your needs. All built with superior craftsmanship and attention.
That's crazy.
Good morning, everybody.
You create a custom post-frame building on for years to come.
Jody said, Nards. Jody, why you got a rat on me like that? I thought you were a ride or die, Jody. My gosh. What is this? You know what they say about snitches?
I love this place.
They get stitches, Joe. What is this? Why are you ratting on me? What is
Thank
going
you, Jody.
on? Thank you, Jody, says the man, says Steve Scott, the man. And for anyone wondering, I got my car back yesterday, and it was just a bad gas from the gas station in Kansas. What? You got bad gas? Are you serious? That's
I
terrible.
got that from eating a bunch of beans the other day.
Oh, wow.
You're welcome.
So you may keep seeing the world around you.
This is what I have to put up with. This is what I have to put up with. You know, we're going to be hearing from
can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD.
Ask the professionals. They are workers' compensation lawyers. I'm going to give them a call for that joke. I deserve workers' compensation. Austin, I'm glad to hear it, man. I'm glad to hear that your new car did not immediately need to get corrected. Hey, we'll see you later, Girl Chris. Oh, see you later, Mary. Austin said, it's sad that only 8 or so people listen on Facebook. They are missing 80% of the best content. Yeah, I agree, Austin. I think everyone should be listening to our stream all the time. Everything sounds better in Spanish and looks better in cursive. Actually, I agree with that.
You'll find our big, beautiful geraniums, all kinds of annuals, perennials.
Put me in queue for a second.
Steve is now in queue. Let's take a listen to what he has.
A new court document alleged an Oregon father was binge-watching television while his 2-year-old son wandered away from his home and drowned in a nearby river.
Aaron Paulson is facing child neglect.
Aaron Paul, the actor?
Son Dane, who was reported missing in the small town of Silas back on March 1st, 2025.
The actor from Breaking Bad?
Dane Paulson walked out of the family's Riverside property and was left unattended for about 15 minutes before his parents realized he was missing. Investigators found footprints near the riverbank, and after an 11-day search, Dane's body was recovered from the Silas River. Court documents also cite previous reports of the children being left unsupervised. Aaron Paulson has pleaded not guilty, and prosecutors say they plan to call 20 witnesses at trial. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
Well, Aaron Paul is 46 years old.
That's sad.
$1.75 trillion.
That's super old.
Largest IPO in history. Robinhood, Fidelity, and Schwab are all offering access.
Go to retail investors. That's you and me. My take, this isn't only a stock, it's a bet on who owns the future of space, satellites, and the internet itself. Starlink alone can be worth more than the entire company is today. 10 years from now, people will either wish they bought in or brag that they did. Check your brokerage before June 11th. The window's short. I'd say it's not rocket science, but it kind of is. Hey, be sure to sign up for my free newsletter at getkim.com. Imagine printing out your entire internet browsing history, every place that you've been, every search that you made, and then signing your name to it, and then hanging it right on your front door for everyone to see. Sounds crazy, right? But let me tell you something. Unless you're using a VPN, your internet provider can see a lot more about your online activities than you even think about. Every site you visit, every search you run, and purchases you consider. Even in private browsing mode, your internet provider can track what you do online. That's why I personally use and recommend ExpressVPN. It's super easy to use, and I never go online without it. I tap just one button on my phone, laptop, desktop, or tablet, and then my connection is fully protected. And with ExpressVPN, one subscription now covers up to 14 different devices at once. Take your online privacy seriously with ExpressVPN. Right now, my listeners get a smoking deal. Get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim.
They call it controversy. I call it honesty. Hi, this is Vince Colonnese. Join me tonight at 8 right after Mark Levin on News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Going to be partly sunny, looking for a high of 86 today. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, 81. 85 and sunny on Thursday. Friday morning, it's going to be mostly sunny. Then in the afternoon, we've got a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high of 85. That according to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Yes, indeed. By the way, don't forget, you can always download the Zimmer Storm Center app. It's totally free to download in the App Store. It gives you access to a live radar. And on top of that, custom weather alerts. So, pretty hard to beat that, especially for the price of $0.00.
Are we still working on a TED alert?
No, unfortunately, we had to get rid of the TED alert. A lot of people misunderstood it. The TED alert was supposed to serve as an early warning system. If I was anywhere near you, it would just go alert run. Unfortunately, a bunch of 4-state women started downloading the app thinking that if they would push it, then it would make me spawn closer to them. And we were getting all sorts of calls for service about this, and we just decided to scrap the whole thing.
Hey, shut up, Ted. Stop talking, Ted. Zip it, Zoomer. That's enough out of you, Ted. The grown-ups are talking here.
All right. Moving on to news.
I mean, geez.
On News Talk KZRG.
At 8:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
Fund done away with.
Trump mail-in ballot hearing.
Classroom tech concerns.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG, we're heading for a high of 86. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that will be at 8:38. Still have a lot of clouds in the area, a little bit of sun peeking through. 72 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh. It's 71 in Webb City, 71 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk, KZRG.
The Justice Department is putting a controversial anti-weaponization fund on hold.
The Justice Department says it will abide by a judge's order that bars any payment from a nearly $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. That fund was created as part of a settlement to end a lawsuit by President Trump against the IRS and is intended to provide settlement payments to individuals accusing the federal government of investigating or prosecuting them for political purposes. But lawmakers, including some Republicans, have expressed opposition, and a series of planned votes on the fund scuttled an immigration funding measure last month. DOJ says the fund was open to anybody who was weaponized, targeted, or persecuted. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
A federal judge considers today whether states must comply with new mail-in voting rules set by the Trump administration. Jared Halpern also has that story.
Several Democratic-led states and voting rights groups are challenging an executive order from President Trump requiring the federal government to compile a list of confirmed U.S. citizens eligible to vote in each state. The measure would also limit the Postal Service to deliver ballots to voters on each state's approved mail-in ballot list. State officials say the order violates the state's role in administering elections and could cause confusion in an election year. A federal judge in Boston will weigh those arguments days after a D.C.-based judge rejected a similar challenge from the Democratic Party. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Parents and educators are raising the alarm about the impact of electronic devices in the classroom.
As technology becomes bigger in all our lives, there are questions about how much is too much for our children in the classroom. Students now, in many cases, have unlimited access to technology, but there are questions about whether these tools enhance learning or encourage children to outsource thinking. Now, both some blue states and red states have introduced bills to limit educational technology, with the Alabama Superintendent of Schools expressing this concern.
We want students to be prepared for the future, but at the same time, they shouldn't be doing everything on a screen.
There are reports the U.S. has spent $30 billion to ditch textbooks for laptops and tablets.
71 with some sunshine and some clouds. It's now 8:34. News Talk, KZRG.
A deadly DWI hit and run guilty plea.
37-year-old Richard Taylor II of Racine could get between 5 to 15 years in prison when he is officially sentenced in August. Taylor admitted that in July of 2024, he veered off of Douglas Fir Road and hit 60-year-old Sheldona Wood of Joplin, who was just simply working in her yard at the time. Taylor left the scene without helping and then was found the next morning in Carterville with nearly double the legal blood alcohol concentration level. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
A legal fight over Missouri's congressional map is being pushed back. Matt Pilger has the story.
A Cole County judge has postponed a hearing in a lawsuit filed by People Not Politicians accusing Secretary of State Denny Hoskins and Attorney General Catherine Hanaway of pressuring county clerks over which map to use. The case could impact the 2026 elections, and the hearing is now scheduled for June 11th. Matt Pilger, Missouri Net.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Clouds with a little bit of sunshine at 71. Now 8:35. News Talk, KZRG.
Amendment 5 is something you may see on the August ballot, and it could get rid of Missouri's individual state income tax. It would also, in theory, introduce more sales tax to offset those revenues. Joplin Mayor Rob O'Brien told News Talk KZRG that the city of Joplin is keeping an eye on it.
This is potentially a major shift in how the state gets its revenue, and doing that could be a major impact on Joplin and its residents. Joplin is primarily driven off sales taxes.
The city putting a finance committee to review the impact it would have if it passes later this year.
President Trump reacting after a wave of high-profile artists withdrew from Freedom 250's Great American State Fair. Alexandria Hoff telling News Talk KZRG.
The Patriotic Festival set to kick off in the National Mall June 25th, suffering the sudden withdrawal of several stars after planned performances were made public last week. Poison frontman Bret Michaels writes, "What was presented to us as a celebration of our country has evolved into something much more divisive." Country singer Martina McBride states she also thought the event was nonpartisan, but, quote, "that turned out to be misleading." McBride did not elaborate. Freedom 250 announced President Trump will personally kick off this historic celebration. Then the president pushed the idea of canceling performances altogether, stating, "We should have a giant Make America Great Again rally for 250 instead of having overpriced singers."
Now with sports, here's Joe Morgan on News Talk KZRG.
Starting in college track and field, a massive haul of postseason honors for the Missouri Southern Lions. Following the outdoor season, 3 Lions have earned Division II Central Region honors. Cedric Pearson was named the Men's Field Athlete of the Year. Brian Sheeting is the region's head coach of the year, and Brian Allen takes home assistant coach of the year. Now to the majors, the Kansas City Royals snapped their 6-game skid with a 9-2 blowout over the Cincinnati Reds. Lane Thomas crushed a first-inning grand slam to set the tone, while Luander Avila tossed a career-high 5 innings to secure the win. Game 2 in Cincy is tonight at 6:10. And in St. Louis, the Cardinals fall short in a pitcher's duel, dropping the series opener to the Texas Rangers 2-1. Rangers ace Jacob deGrom fired 5 scoreless innings to lock down his 100th career win. The Redbirds look to even the series in Game 2 tonight at Busch. First pitch is set for 6:45. Catch all the action on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of Liberty Tree Guns. Could you use some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns, buying guns and gun collections and paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today at libertytreeguns.com. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 9 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Expect some dry weather through the middle portion of this week, and then some rain will be possible from Friday into the weekend. But today, just a few clouds this morning, then a sunny and breezy afternoon with a high headed to 86. Overnight, a partly cloudy sky with a low dropping to 63. A little bit cooler with plenty of sun tomorrow as the high hits 81. Sunny Thursday with a high to 85 degrees. Then a few showers and thunderstorms may develop during the afternoon on Friday. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy as the high gets close to 85 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar this morning. 72 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 71 in Baxter Springs, 71 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 other weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time now, 8:39.
Hinkle's Ace Hardware, they got what you need there.
Whoa, easy there, killer. Is that neon salmon with a side of 1970s lime? Your walls aren't just dated, they are crying for help. It's time to neutralize the situation at Hinkle's Ace Hardware. We've got the on-trend palettes that'll turn your fixer-upper into fixed it. Grab the designer-approved colors you see on TV, like the Benjamin Moore favorites used by Dave and Jenny Mars on Fixer to Fabulous, or the iconic Magnolia Home line from Fixer Upper. This is quality stuff, folks. We're talking fewer coats, less mess, and low-odor formulas that won't clear out the house. These coatings are built to last with stain resistance tough enough to handle a scrubbing from a busy household. Save time, save money, and finally stop squinting at those walls. Visit Hinkle's Ace Hardware in Webb City or our location just around the corner from Freeman Hospital in Joplin. Hinkle's Ace Hardware for people with ugly rooms.
Neighbors helping neighbors, Hinkle's Ace Hardware Store.
We need to replace the flooring immediately. It's worn out and embarrassing.
No, the AC should take priority. It's on its last leg.
Can we do both?
How? Are you selling a kidney?
We could refinance the house.
Whoa, no way. We'll lose our good interest rate. I'd rather you sell a kidney.
You can complete all of those home improvement projects without losing your rate with Community Bank and Trust. With a home equity loan or line of credit, you can update the bathroom, do the add-on, or get that new heat and air unit without giving up your great mortgage rate. CBT has a variety of options with low costs and very competitive interest rates. Plus, they can work out payment plans that fit into your budget. See what your home's equity could do for you with a home equity loan or line of credit from Community Bank and Trust. Get started at one of the local employee-owned CBT locations or at cbthomebank.com. Community Bank and Trust, where trust is so important, it's in our name. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 580491.
Where did you get that smile?
I'll do it someday. That's what we say, right? And we say it about a lot of things. Traveling, picking up a new hobby, big life changes. For years, you said you'd fix your smile. Someday, you'd fix it. At Joplin Family Dental and Carthage Family Dental, Invisalign makes someday a whole lot sooner and easier than you think. It means someday is today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Grant Kirk.
And I'm Dr. Connor Postjan.
Don't let feeling self-conscious about your smile take the joy out of your special moments.
Get a smile like you've always wanted with Invisalign.
For the months of May, June, and July, you can get Invisalign for $39.95.
This offer is valid at both our Carthage and our Joplin locations. Schedule your free Invisalign consultation today.
Learn more at FamilyDentalofCarthage.com or JoplinFamilyDental.com.
Where did you get that smile?
Joplin Family Dental
and Carthage Family Dental.
And now it's time to Ask the Attorney with Webster and Carlton on News Talk KZRG.
It's Tom Carlton with the law firm of Webster and Carlton, who specialize in workers' compensation cases. Tom, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me. Good to see you.
I wanted to talk to you this morning about whether or not employees can seek workers' compensation for psychological injuries.
Yes, they sure can. There's kind of a couple of different ways that we see it. A lot of people, the psychological injury will kind of piggyback on the physical injury.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is that people who have physical injuries, let's say a bad back, they've had back surgery, but they really suffer from chronic pain. So constant and chronic pain can often lead to symptoms of depression or some type of psychological issues. And so, yeah, it's very common, actually. We see people that have a lot of chronic pain problems also develop psychological issues with that. And so we also will file a claim for them for not only the physical injury, but also the psychological injury.
Yeah. Do they get as much money or payout as a physical injury?
They would. We deal with ratings a lot in workers' compensation where the physicians will rate someone's disability. And for instance, they have a 10% body as a whole disability because of a back injury. And then the psychological injury is something separate. And we can have that also rated. And then the person will receive a permanent partial disability rating for that psychological issue. So it is a real thing. It is an additional amount of recovery based on the psychological injury as well.
Oh, wow. It's Tom Carlton with the law firm of Webster and Carlton. They have a location at 602 South Wall in Joplin. Tom, what about when an employee sees a coworker get physically injured or even dies and they develop a form of PTSD? Can you get workers' compensation for that?
Okay, that's a great question. I'm not sure I can answer that specific question, but what you've raised is there psychological injuries that don't piggyback on a physical injury? And so, for instance, let's use an EMT or a policeman or a fireman that developed issues like PTSD based on what they've seen over the years. Mm-hmm. That is harder to prove. It's another reason why you definitely are going to need a lawyer. But there are ways to prove those as well. And in Missouri, you have to prove that you've had an extraordinary and unusual exposure to something that is different than a similarly situated employee. And so, for instance, if you're a policeman you would have to prove, if you want to claim a PTSD type injury, you would have to prove that you have suffered an extraordinary and unusual event, or you've been exposed to an unusual, extraordinary, or unusual event over what a similarly situated policeman would see. So that does complicate things, and that makes it a little bit more difficult. Insurance companies do not like to pay out on those types of claims. They will fight those all the way, so you definitely need to ask an attorney.
Yeah, and we got the attorney for you, Tom Carlton, with the law firm of Webster and Carlton. Tom, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
That was KZRG's Ask the Attorney with Webster and Carlton on News Talk KZRG.
Hey, Clay Travis here. Join me and Buck Sexton weekdays from 11 till 2 right here on News Talk KZRG. You can depend on it.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Well, at some point, the sun is going to come out and get rid of all these clouds that are here in the 4 states this morning. We have had some rain well to the west of the Joplin, Neosho, and Pittsburgh area. It's technically out of our KZRG listing area, although just now we've had a little bit of a pop-up storm to happen in the southern part of Labette County, and it's not moving yet, but they have been, for the whole system, moving to the southeast. And they were pretty much going to stay out of the KZRG listing area, according to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Now, today it's going to be partly sunny with a high of 86. Tonight, 64, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, 81 and mostly sunny. Thursday, 85 and sunny. Friday morning, mostly sunny. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms developing Friday afternoon, going until pretty much throughout the weekend. The high on Friday, 85. Keep it here on News Talk KZRG. We'll keep you up to date on all the latest weather all day and all night long.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was a high-speed police pursuit involving a stolen vehicle that ended when Missouri State Highway Patrol used what they call a tactical maneuver to stop the fleeing car. 2 people are now being charged. One of them is Desiree Lee Jones of Neosho. She is facing charges of first-degree tampering with a motor vehicle, driving while intoxicated, resisting arrest, and a bunch of other stuff. And the second one is Jacob Daniel Womack of Southwest City, and he's being charged with functionally the same thing. Now, this happened last Friday, May 29th, and it kicked off when these 2 individuals allegedly, innocent until proven guilty in this country, allegedly stole a white Kia Soul from a home in Neosho. That homeowner, or the vehicle owner, I suppose, called the police, and they told the police that these 2 individuals drove their white Kia Soul out of her driveway without permission, nearly striking her, nearly running her down, this poor woman.
Wow.
My goodness. Now, later that day, officers located that white Kia Soul, attempted a traffic stop, but the driver refused to stop because, as we all know, people that are stealing cars tend to not follow police instructions.
Now, wonder why.
Why
wouldn't they stop?
Listen, is it correlation? Is it causation? Who knows? But that's typically the way it goes. So in any case, they then took this bad boy for a joyride, and the police followed them into a high-speed pursuit pretty much throughout the whole city of Neosho, reaching speeds of over 100 miles an hour. That's pretty nuts. I mean, they were blowing through stoplights. Police were chasing them through. I mean, it's a classic car chase scene, basically.
Yeah, now the need is to have like hills that they have in San Francisco where they'd be jumping them.
That'd
going
be pretty
down.
sweet, actually. Ultimately, the chase ended when Missouri State Highway Patrol...
Wait a minute, Neosho does have hills. I wonder if they went over any of them.
Who knows? Maybe. The Missouri State Highway Patrol did what they call a tactical vehicle intervention, which caused the white Kia Soul to spin out and crash. I'll let you use your imagination as to what that looked like. And ultimately, these 2 individuals were taken into custody. Now, according to court documents, Desiree Lee Jones of Neosho later admitted to the police that she was driving, that she knew it was a stolen vehicle, but she told authorities, well, hey, man, it wasn't entirely my fault because I was under the influence of, drum roll please, meth.
Oh,
You
say
guessed
it isn't so.
I know. Hey, look, man, A player's going to do meth, and what a player does well on meth is unbeknownst to the player themselves. It's not my fault. That was methed out. Come on.
If you're on that, doesn't it make you want to press on the gas pedal and go fast?
Perhaps. So that's the big takeaway is meth makes you do crazy things. The other big takeaway, I'm sorry, just don't buy a Kia. I mean, how many stories have we gotten nationwide of people stealing Kias specifically?
Yeah.
Because they don't reportedly, don't have the anti-theft technology that most modern cars have.
Well, the one question I have is, it says drove the vehicle out of her driveway without permission with her in the driveway and almost got hit, the person that owned the car. So I'm wondering if the keys happened to be in the car at the time.
Maybe, or perhaps it was someone they know.
That's also a possibility.
A lot of crimes are committed by people that the victim knows a lot of the time. So it's very possible there. We'll try and answer all these questions for you as this story comes about. But either way, I've seen enough stories of a Kia being stolen, regardless of the mechanics behind that thievery, to know that I'm not ever buying a Kia.
And same way with Hyundai, because that's the parent company.
Yeah, Hyundai's out. Hyundai's dead to me. Unless they want to give me a free car, in which case I'll flip that sucker for nothing but profit, because you ain't going to catch me dead in a Hyundai. Ain't happening. Well, you might catch me dead in a Hyundai if I'm in one and somebody tries to steal it and then careens it into the side of the wall of Neosho because they're high on meth while driving.
That's true.
In that case, it might happen. KZRG News Time, 8:51.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump reportedly steamrolled Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu in a heated phone call where he claimed Bibi, quote, would be in jail if not for him, unquote. All this came to a head regarding Israel's Lebanon operation after Iran threatened to end negotiations because of Israel's recent military action.
Number 2.
The suspect is in custody after a robbery at the Arvest Bank at 7th and Main in Joplin. The alleged robber, Ray Williams, now facing second-degree robbery charges. Williams was caught a few blocks away with the cash that he got from the teller.
Number 1.
Speaking of money, it's still rolling. News Talk KZRG is still giving away $100 cash every single weekday. Tune in weekdays at 7:05, 8:05, 12:05, and 4:05 for a code word. When you hear it, text it to 417-782-1310 to get in the daily drawing for $100 cash. Go to newstalkkzrg.com for all the details.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
If you had to live in a country other than America, where would it be? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or text us at 417-782-1310. If you had to live in any country other than America, where would it be? Coming up, Chris Plant, less than 10 minutes on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Expect some dry weather through the middle portion of this week, and then some rain will be possible from Friday into the weekend. But today, just a few clouds this morning, then a sunny and breezy afternoon with a high headed to 86. Overnight, a partly cloudy sky with a low dropping to 63. A little bit cooler with plenty of sun tomorrow as the high hits 81. Sunny Thursday with a high to 85 degrees. Then a few showers and thunderstorms may develop during the afternoon on Friday. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy as the high gets close to 85 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
My name is Addison.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.